That's my baby.
What's happening, everybody? Facebook Live. It's your boy, GD Fitz, Kelvin K sitting there to the ones and twos. My man Rock. What's going on, everybody?
Was she in public school now?
I mean, like in high school, where everything started to happen, that's one of the biggest regrets I had. I should have just dipped the bullet, made it part of the budget from the break, and then I just worked with everything else. Because I was like, oh, they're going to be all right, they smart and all that. I mean, they still are, and both of them still college bound. I got one on top of them, but yo, that ain't Harvard though. You see what I'm saying? Yo, she got it, man. She got it. I mean, you get in Chinese food, man, having a conversation about Mars. Seriously, we have a conversation about Mars and astronauts.
Man, this shit is coming together so good, Cal. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I need to send a text out. Team meeting is gonna be March 23rd, man.
What day is that?
Saturday.
What time? Noon? 1 out of the question? 1 o'clock out of the question?
Is 1 o'clock better?
Yeah, for me, because I'm going to be working.
Alright, I had only said 12 because I don't know how to get off the air at 12, and I figured we could have went downstairs, but 1 o'clock is fine.
Oh, well, I mean, but just know it's going to be the same thing with me from last time.
1 o'clock is fine, bro.
Okay. Well, Harvey left early last time, didn't he?
Yeah, he was at work.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't even on air today.
Up here tagging everybody that I can possibly get on and tag. But
You need to
Tell the True Sports Talk radio show, man. Look, Rock get ready to tell me to do some work that I ain't want to do yet. What's up, Rock?
No, I was gonna tell you yesterday she tagged 2,000 people at one time. Asked her how to do it.
Oh, I can do that. I'm just being lazy.
Okay. No, she only pushed one button and then went to everybody on my friends list.
Listen,
You don't send to everybody.
the whole key is we trying to build that whole radio stuff. So everybody that I just tag your 102,000 friends. Then you tag all Kelvin K. You make sure all the people you tag their 2,000. Rock, you do the same thing. We getting ready to have this all rolling. Tell the True Sports Talk here at WMEG. Y'all see things going on tonight. The background, you're gonna see big things going. DJ Rock Nice, always getting us out ready to go. Feeling good, man. Listen, I've been listening to WMEG all day, supporting the man. Good music, man. Good vibes. So. Having a good time. Studio is coming together quite nicely. Got a lot to talk about tonight.
Right, you got another pen back here?
Yes.
Got to talk about AB. Got to talk about NFL free agency, the NBA, and much, much more. Get ready to get started in about 5 minutes. Go ahead and check it out right now. Go to tunein.com. And after you go to tunein.com, go on over to WMEG online radio. You can hear us there. If you're on Facebook right now, check us out right there.
See what I was trying to tell you early.
But we already knew about the increase.
Yeah, we're going to save that.
Yeah,
but apparently everybody didn't know, right? If it's a problem for certain people, right?
It's going to be a good one, man.
Yeah.
Everybody come up waiting on Mike Dub. You know how he do. Always at the soup kitchen. I was there early today. Had to get some soup at the soup kitchen. Damn, I look at myself on Facebook Live. I'm getting big. I had to go back to the gym. Kelvin K got the small man shirt on today, feeling good. Ain't nothing wrong. It's gonna be fun, man. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Rock. It feel like in the sky.
Definitely, man.
You can feel it. Good day.
Man, that's a blessing, man. I'm gonna tell you, we about to be where we supposed to be, man. Can I ask y'all brother something? I know the camera's on right now, so I really don't care about this. But how do y'all feel that y'all rate up against other internet sports shows that's out there right now?
Well, you already know I'm gonna think I'm number one regardless, because I'm conceited. But with little things, we just gotta keep on working on a little bit more, and that's what we're getting at now. So, like, one thing that I think we really truly needed was the cameras. So we there now. So we good, man. We coming along. Can't rush greatness.
Stacked up well.
Yeah. What's up, everybody that's listening? Facebook Live. Man, listen, we getting ready to have a 3T YouTube channel. I'll upload that tonight because we do have that. Also, my man DJ Rock Nice is gonna give me the link to have us ready to go get some more things. Go ahead, Rock. You got time to talk to him? Tell people. You gonna give it a phone?
Yeah.
It's all good. Come on.
Your phone, babe.
This the behind the scenes, before the scenes, and after the scenes. This is what we do. Right here, right? I don't want to drop it because I don't want to get accused of breaking or nothing.
FYI, LeBron sucks.
Hey, I don't disagree this year. Just this year. Because stats can be inflated. But we got big things going. Everybody just keep on staying on, man. We get ready to get into this. When you have in my head. Yo, Rock, why you keep playing Chris Brown before the show come on, man?
This is coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Look,
I ain't got
man.
nothing to do with this.
Whoever keep playing that, that's the right music. That's the get you right music right there. Hitting the Chris Brown joint. That's how you know everybody be getting right. Look, Andre, man, I know there's probably a whole lot going on. Let me see.
Oh shit, I got 2 minutes. Can you use my MacBook or can you close it so it don't fall on the floor? Hey, can one of y'all hand me my MacBook and close it so it don't fall on the floor?
Yes, sir. Rock gonna give me his free MacBook in a couple
I
years.
fucking grab my MacBook.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna give me a free one in a couple years.
90 seconds, fellas.
Hey, can you get somebody to go tell Mike is at the door? He's pulling up now.
Nikon! Can one of y'all go open the door?
Yeah.
Kelvin, you sliding over, you gonna let him walk behind you.
You won't get this fucked up shit.
Or y'all gonna put him at the green one? You ain't gotta move, you can put him at the green one.
Which one you want to stay there?
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Let's put him at the green one.
Just either way.
Put him at the green one.
Now, if I put him at the green one, I might have to adjust the camera. That's the only thing.
Why you gotta adjust the camera?
Because I'm looking at it on Facebook Live right here. The camera look a little different from. No, Mike clumsy for real. You know what I mean?
So let him
stumble around. He'll be alright.
Go to the gray one?
He'll be alright. That's that soup kitchen love.
Alright, we're gonna put him in the gray one.
He'll be alright.
Alright, fellas, the gray rock and roll.
Look at that slight movement. It's okay. Your boy GD Fitz.
So you put him at the green one?
Huh?
You put him at the green one?
Yeah, he's gonna go to his normal spot. It's great.
Green.
He alright. Just make sure Bigfoot look down. and don't
turn that gray mic up for him.
all right, I got you.
Here we go.
Mm. What's up, everybody? It is Tell the Truth Sports Talk Radio Show. I'm your host, GD Fitz. I got my man Kelvin K over here. What's up, yo?
What's up, people? What's up, 3T family?
My man DJ Rock Nice. Hey, listen, Rock, whenever you play this, man, you know, it make me feel real good. I gotta have a drink special every time I come up in here on Tell the Truth Sports Talk Radio Show, man.
Well, they know what's coming on the theme song here.
Yeah, man, it's a special vibe whenever you hear the Kavasi just start playing in the background, man. It gets you two-step more. My man Mike Dub is on the way. But we got so much to talk about, man, coming off of a good weekend, a very good sports weekend. More things in boxing, big news, and free agent signings, and trade actions, and much, much more. The NCAA tournament is here.
Yes, sir.
The NBA is starting to wind down the regular season, get ready to hit into that playoff stretch, to see where the seeds and who's going to make it in. We also got a little bit of news in baseball. Mike Dub coming in the building. What's up, Mike?
What's happening?
My man coming in here, coming from the soup kitchen all late. It's all good. That's how we do. It's all right. No. You stay right there. You stay right there. We good. Just pull up a chair, Mike Dub. You know how we do it here on Tell the Truth.
Y'all about to start calling Fitz the soup kitchen monitor. Because he seemed to be plugged in with whenever anybody's volunteering their time.
You know just about the soup kitchen.
Yeah, so I don't know.
The soup kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. But he seemed to know when everybody volunteers their time at the soup kitchen.
Listen, man.
But I don't know when he's there.
Exactly.
You see what I'm
in
saying?
the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean,
Look,
as far as what he said.
I'm in the kitchen when I feel like being in the kitchen. That's what I'm in the kitchen.
He's never in the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen when I feel like being in the kitchen. It's
Yes,
all
sir.
good. But we got so much to talk about, and I'm going to go ahead and hit right into it and dive deep. And that is the NFL free agent period. The season is getting ready to come amongst
hot and heavy.
Some hot things going on. And I'm going to go ahead and start it out with the first major chip to fall through that actually matters to a lot of people. And no, I ain't talking about the things that's going on in Baltimore. I'm talking about what happened between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders.
That's
Antonio Brown going to Oakland, getting traded there for a 3rd and 5th round pick.
That's crazy.
Gets a 3-year, $54.125 million extension. Man, let me ask this question. I'm going to go ahead and hit it out there right. Who's the winner of this trade? Off the muscle.
I mean, you get a generational talent, of course. The guy who gets the talent, the team who gets the talent is the winner. I mean, Pittsburgh definitely losing. They're losing talent and they're losing cap space. I mean, that dead money is real. What was it, $30 million in dead money? $21 million in dead money as a result of the trade. They get a 3rd and a 5th. Now, Pittsburgh has been proven to show that they can get wide receivers late in the draft. So maybe a 3rd and a 5th for other teams might not be a good look as far as replacing Antonio Brown, but maybe with the Steelers, I'm not saying they can straight up replace Antonio Brown, but maybe they can get a complimentary piece to Juju and move forward. Maybe Ben can help Burt the baby before he retires. But as of right now, you gotta say that the Raiders and Big John Gruden making moves.
I think the Raiders still gonna be bad with him. It's a good move for we trying to do something to be better.
Yeah.
But to me, I think Pittsburgh wins it in this one because you get that guy out the locker room and take his media antics somewhere else, and we can focus on playing team football. We're in Pittsburgh, and we never know what those. We never, like you said earlier, we never know what those draft picks gonna be.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But I look at it like this. They gave up a 3rd and a 5th for Antonio Brown. Good news, they got something in return instead of getting nothing, like they're going to wind up doing with LEVEON Bell.
Yeah.
So you get something for the guy, and it looks like you were just trying to clean house and get him out of there anyway. My thing is, and like I've been saying before, is he a bad locker room guy? How are we supposed to know that? We don't know that because when you're on the field, the production is still there.
Well, that's what reported. So if it's reported, that got to make it true, right?
No, it doesn't have to make it true.
Right.
But that's all what we've been talking about over the last few weeks about narratives. Because it doesn't mean that it's true just because somebody steps outside the norm.
Look.
I don't think that kid.
I'm just looking at the dead money. I'm looking at $21 million in dead money from one player. Most teams aren't going to have that kind of dead money as a collective team, and you incurred that over one guy. You see what I'm saying? So, luckily, the running back was a hit, James Conner. Luckily, he was a hit because if he wasn't a hit, they'd be in bad shape. They'd be in bad shape because the running game would be struggling, and you've lost possibly the best wide receiver in football. So, we'll see. Now, it's all on the guru, the offensive guru, John Gruden, to try to put something together over there. Now, you just got rid of a big-time lineman in Kelechi Osemele. You know what I mean? He got a little bit of miles on the engine, so that might not be as big of a loss as it looks like on paper. But hell, that's a hell of a way to do it. You trade Amari Cooper, you get a number 1. You bring in Antonio Brown for a 3rd and a 5, and you got multiple number 1s for Khalil Mack. If they don't blow it, they're in good shape in Oakland moving forward.
Well, my thing on Oakland is, do they keep Derek Carr? Because when you got a lot of draft picks, you know you can make moves to go get a quarterback that you want. And remember, Derek Carr was already on the team. Gruden inherits Derek Carr. They not want Derek Carr. And we all talking about Kyler Murray being a quarterback that a lot of people like. Arizona's in the same situation.
Well, where did the Raiders draft this year in the first round?
Well, they got to be a top 5 pick. I got to make sure. I'm not sure where, but they're not number 1. Arizona's number 1. And if we talk about getting a team like the Raiders, they need a lot. They do need a whole lot to get better, especially playing in a division that has Kansas City. We see what they just did with the MVP.
Right.
The Chargers, who look pretty good with Phillip Rivers in their core. And then even Denver by adding in a quarterback with Super Bowl pedigree and Joe Flacco. I still think the Raiders are the 4th team, even with getting Antonio Brown. So they have a lot more pieces that they have to make that pie work. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Cook it all up.
I was just thinking in terms of them possibly being high enough to get Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah,
Right.
they're definitely hot.
But see, the talk was that the Cardinals were unhappy with Rosen.
Yeah.
They weren't happy with Rosen, but I'm like, damn, you're gonna give up on the guy after a year? He didn't even start the whole season, and you ready to ditch a top draft pick, number 1 draft pick already, and without even really giving him a chance to develop for another guy? Unless Kyler Murray is that good. If he's that good, then you go for it. But I don't see just drafting a quarterback in the first round, not even giving him a fair shake at developing.
It was horrible too.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Horrible.
Oh, you mean the team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was horrible.
Yeah, Rosen was horrible too.
If everything stink, he gonna stink too. So
Yeah.
it's just a stinky situation over there.
When everything stinks, that's what's going on up happening, man.
Yeah.
I think they gotta give him an opportunity. They gotta give him some weapons too. As a young quarterback, you need somebody to save you, and opportunity when you in pressure and stuff of that nature. Like, you know, he's a quarterback. I need somebody to save me. You know, he got the guy there, but I seen he was getting double teamed. I'm like, he like 30, 37, and the NFL getting double teamed. Like somebody else will have to beat us.
Yeah.
You know, so they kind of took Fitzgerald out there. Like, you're not gonna beat us. You know, let somebody we don't know beat us and stuff of that nature. So they was bad. Everybody was bad. But it's too early to give him a quarterback.
I think so too, man. So
But I always look at it like this. If you have a coach that's coming in, brand new coach, that's not his guy. And like you just said, Rosen was bad last year. He might not fit the system that the new coach wants. And Kyler Murray is a guy that has been getting recruited for a long time by this new Arizona coach. From when his high school days. Even going to college, he wanted him at Texas Tech. I honestly think that because Kyler Murray is in this draft, and that option was there saying, hey, look, I can be the number 1 pick with a guy that want me. Because you ain't going to turn that down if you got a chance to be number 1. If he can get it, go get it. Because you can still trade Rosen because a team is going to want a young quarterback to groom for the future.
And they don't have to spend their number 1 on him. But the thing is, the coach wasn't there last year, but the owner and the GM was. They signed off on the number 1 pick. So it's going to take more than just a new coach, I think, to really put Rosen on the show. But who else really hit big in free agency?
Well,
I know a hometown hero kind of hit big.
We got another guy that hit big, and that is C.J. Mosley. We're going to bring it all the way back to Baltimore now. Because a lot of the Baltimore Ravens fan base is a little upset.
Man, congratulations to CJ, man. He wasn't going to get no money here.
C.J.
Go
Mosley.
get it, shorty.
He goes to New York. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. C.J. Mosley signed with the New York Football Jets. That's right, the Jets. 5 years, $85 million.
Damn.
$51 million
Damn.
guaranteed.
Damn.
That's 17 a year.
Hey, look, man, that's Baby Ray Lewis, man. You know what I'm saying? He
Get
picked
your money.
That's Baby Ray.
Look, man, Ray Lewis didn't even sign this
Sweet
big
Baby
of a deal.
Ray.
He didn't even sign this big of a deal. The market was crazy, though. When I seen Alexander from Tampa Bay sign with the 49ers, coming off of an ACL injury, and he got 13, I already knew right there. I was like, oh, CJ ain't coming back.
No.
Because there was no way in the world they was going to pay him that much money.
No.
There was no way. So to go out and see CJ get the money, kudos.
I'm happy seeing all the Ravens get paid, to be honest with you. I love seeing all of them get paid, you know. They're not going to be in purple, but knowing that they came from our pedigree to go get paid, that's a good look.
Yeah, we know how to burp them, yeah.
Mhm.
We know how to draft the guys and get them paid somewhere else. That's what we do.
Well, here's another thing, and we're talking about a lot of the baby Ravens, because I don't want to talk about Weddle, because he's not really a Raven. He played like a Raven, but he's really not a Raven. He's a Charger in my eyes. He'll always be looked at as a Charger.
Man, he was a child. He was like an injured bird. You know what I mean? He was like he flew slow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But when you look at what we have from the young guys, and I'm talking about Zadarius Smith, another Raven who just signed with the Packers.
Mhm.
He signed with the Packers. Another young Raven that signed, 1 year Raven, I should say, John Brown, signed with the Buffalo Bills today.
Oh, he did sign. I missed
for a
that one.
3-year deal.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are moving on to greener pastures. Can't knock them. Go make your money.
Mm-hmm.
The question that I had for the panel, is this addition by subtraction for the Ravens, or is this going to be a bad light on the Ravens by losing a lot of veteran leadership off your football field?
Well, I'm going to say it like this. We got a new man in charge, and he's trying to get rid of dead money, no money, and I don't think they worth that money. So he making his move the way he's supposed to make his move.
That's right.
We don't believe in Ozzy no more because Ozzy ain't here to believe in no more. So he making his moves now, and he's going to decorate the team the way he want his team to be done. That's just what it is right now. I'm not paying nobody no big money, and the people that got big money, they should be worried too. The ones that have big money, like
Jimmy.
22, he might be the next one to be like, look, man, if you want to take a pay cut, we're gonna trade you, we're gonna cut you. You pick.
I think they can wait on Jimmy if we're going to do something, though, because they might not, depending on who else becomes available in free agency when guys start getting waived, how the draft goes. They're good with Jimmy for another year. If they're not, and they need to free up some cash because of how things go, I mean, maybe you can give him a restructure, something like that. But he doesn't hurt too bad right now, man.
Well, he's third on the team getting paid right now.
Yeah, he is. He
He's
is.
third, so, I know they're not going to move the big fella out of there.
Yeah.
They're not moving him.
Yeah, but I'm glad though, man, that CJ got paid. But I like the new approach about DaCosta.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if guys aren't really showing enough stone cold game changers, then why invest in long years, long guaranteed money when you can develop young talent? Because really, the Ravens, as much as our front office has been touted as they know how to draft, they know how to build a team, they've missed a lot in the draft. And it's caused us to go out and get guys that are over the hill like an Eric Weddle or some other guys to just plug in the gaps, where if the drafts went like they were supposed to go, we could have been developing a homegrown talent. So that in alone creates dead money and everything else. But I don't have any problem with Weddle going. Weddle was probably the smartest guy on the field, but the slowest. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can know what's coming all day. If you can't get there, then what's the point?
I just don't see the Ravens spending $17 million on a linebacker, because for some reason we seem to always draft linebackers pretty well. Kenny Young, a guy that I like,
he's got to step up.
That can prosper. And again, when we're looking at it, remember he's a young rookie last year, 4th round pick. I'm going to give him growing pains through his first full season as a pro. So now we get to see his first actual all-season as a pro to see how well he develops coming into this second part of his career, which is the second year of his career. Let's see what happens.
I think he must be open some eyes, because they say, you know what, he's going to be our starting man next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was already seen all season long. He's going to be the number one guy next year, because we're not going to pay him. And I think they knew that from Jump Street. We're not paying him $17 million. Yeah, we definitely not paying him $17 million.
But you know what though, man? The conversation all week when it comes to NFL free agency, and really the conversation is this same conversation has taken place the last 2 NBA offseasons as well. How much guys get paid? This guy isn't worth that much. That guy isn't worth that much. Now remember, I'm never talking about salaries and how much a guy negotiates has nothing to do with his play. I mean, judge a guy on his play, because guys say, okay, well, CJ isn't worth $17 million, but they're using the same metric that they used from 2013, 2014. Mm-hmm. Okay, the salary cap in 2014 was almost $60 million less than what it is now. Okay, the NFL has increased the salary cap by an average of roughly $10 million over the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. So you can't judge these guys off the old salary cap numbers. The salary cap has increased, and they have to spend a minimum of 89% of the total cap. So it's kind of like the fans have to catch up with the business side of things. Instead of saying, well, that was a bad contract, I would have never given a blocking tight end $3 million a year. Well, what the hell is $3 million a year when the captain went up $60 million and most of the guys on the team are already under contract?
Well, and that's a good point, because again, I have no problem, and he's talking about Nick Boyle, because the Ravens signed Nick Boyle to a big contract. He's like the 7th or 8th highest paid tight end, but he's a blocking tight end. But look at what we do. We run the ball, right? Mm-hmm. He's a blocking tight end. He's an extra blocker on the field for us to be able to run the football. I'm not mad at that deal, because the system that we're running is power run game. Run the football down their throat, take the A out the ball, try to win football games. I'm not upset with a Nick Boyle signing, and he got some hands when needed.
He just try to hurdle people too much.
But my thing is, when I look at CJ, you already had the replacement there. And we've traditionally watched, the only people that we have kept for a long time was Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Terrell Suggs. Those were fixtures. Those were guys that you would never let go. You wanted to invest into your Hall of Fame caliber guys. But we've let Bart Scott go. We've let Adelius Thomas go. We've let Ed Hartwell go. We've let a lot of guys go.
But they paid a couple of guys though. They paid Bart Scott. They gave Bart Scott like a 4-year deal.
Bart Scott didn't get no 4 years from here. That was the deal that he already was on. That was the deal that he initially was on coming here. We didn't pay Bart Scott. The Jets paid Bart Scott.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, a big break the bank contract, but Bart Scott wasn't. I mean, Bart Scott wasn't a high draft pick. He didn't come into the league making $2 million. But they signed him. I mean, you have to look that up over the break. Mm-hmm. They had him signed to like a halfway decent contract, $1.5 million or something like that a year. Right, maybe more than that.
But my main thing is, you gotta know when they want to keep somebody long term.
Yeah.
And my issue on this is CJ was getting ready to get paid,
mm-hmm.
and they knew it. So they're like, well, why would we pay you? Remember, change of ownership, change of leadership, mm-hmm. because you got one going out, and Ozzie, the coach was coming in. His guy, mm-hmm. I want Kenny Young. Mm-hmm. More speed, younger guy, smaller contract. Let's run with Kenny Young. Yeah. And now you just got to see if the production is going to be there on the field when the game's match.
There's no other choice to be there now.
No doubt. See, the thing with Kenny Young was he showed all the physical tools. He showed the ability to cover sideline, decent in the pass, tackler, looked the part. But he just the playbook was the problem, and knowing what was going on. Maybe not the playbook, but knowing what was going on in the scheme. He looked confused a lot of times and out of place. So if he can get that down, and I don't see any reason why he can't, if they're going to invest in him, I don't see why Shorty can't really put that work in and come back strong this year.
Well, I think that's also in retrospect to him being a rookie. Now, some rookies can get it quicker. Some need a little bit of time. He's needed a little bit of time, and maybe he'll get it now in his offseason. And we also have another rookie that we need to talk about on the other side of this, and that is Lamar Jackson. That's basically with all these moves that's going on. You're kind of looking at it saying he's getting ready to be the poster boy of the Baltimore Ravens.
Not getting ready.
The face.
Yeah, after the end of the day, he's nothing but the face. If anything, talking about purple black, you gotta talk about Action Jackson. Like me and you talked about earlier. Jackson. Mm-hmm. We talked about it earlier. Like, if things go right, it's Action Jackson's fault. If things go wrong, it's Action Jackson's fault. Because you're now the face. We done got rid of our franchise quarterback. Yeah. We done got rid of our franchise linebacker. We done got better. Both our pass rushers are gone now. Mm-hmm. You are going to have to put this talent on your shoulder and be the guy that we drafted you to be. He has no choice.
Yo, is it too late to come up with another nickname, or he stuck with Action Jackson? I mean,
That's been his days since high school.
I mean, but he hasn't been in the league, a full season yet. Like, Action Jackson, man.
You
Like,
come 1, 2 out. That's all he do. You want to call him that? Because that's what he do.
yo, I just don't like Action Jackson. How about what was Michael Vick's nickname? The Michael Vick experience is really a nickname.
But what's wrong with Action Jackson?
It just sounds corny, man. Action Jackson.
Call him 2 feet.
I don't know.
2 feet, no
I'm
one.
gonna come up with something that when we come out of the next break, and I want the 3T family to tell me what y'all think of an alternative name to Action Jackson. I don't like Action Jackson.
Well,
man.
we gonna go out to the quick break, and when we come back, we gonna stay here with the Ravens about some potential guys.
Yeah, name.
What is they gonna be, Mike?
The franchise, because right now he's the franchise.
Okay.
He's the franchise right now. I mean, everything depending on him.
Look, the question. How about that? Because we don't really
don't
know.
answer.
Well, we're going to see where it goes. When we come back from break, we're going to talk about some potential guys that could be landing here in Baltimore. We're also going to go into some other free agents that are there and some more stuff from the NBA, from the NCAA, and even more. What you want to apologize? Look, tell me at the break, man.
I'm sorry, it didn't happen.
Tell me at the break, man. Tell me at the break. Thank y'all. Stay with us. Tune in.
Man. I mean, to be honest with you, I prefer Ingram over.
Me too.
I prefer him over. I just think
Prefer?
Ingram over.
I say Ingram or Josh.
You prefer them for the money or as a player straight up?
I think he fit well. I mean, we already got Gus Edwards, right?
But see, a system. Just
We already got Gus. We already got we got Gus. We got what's the other one that's always hurt? Oh, I was in trouble. Yeah, we got them two.
These are below average running backs.
Huh?
They're below average running backs.
Nah, not system.
Yeah, but that shit ain't gonna work, man.
I
mean,
right now we playing budget football right now. We playing. It's no bank without football right now. We playing nothing but budget football. And right there, you get a Super Bowl winning running back back there that can actually run power.
Would you pay 16 for LEVEON, or how much Mark Ingram looking for?
Well, here's the thing.
He gonna get 8.
LEVEON's numbers reportedly going down from 16 down to 11 to 12. Now, if it gets to the 11 to 12 range, I might go LEVEON.
When he was getting the ball, we were saying he's the most patient runner we've seen. You know what I mean? All of that, like. To do, and that has nothing to do with Ben or Antonio Brown when he get the ball up the middle. Yeah. That ain't got nothing to do with that. He handed him the ball, Antonio Brown over there not blocking somewhere. So all that's for him in the line, right? So I hate when people say, well, it's Antonio Brown and Ben, that's what make him better. Well, that doesn't make him better on a counter up the 3 hole. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that. I think LEVEON is the most patient back in the NFL. I think he hides well behind blocks.
There's 2 minutes left on the song. Y'all want the whole song?
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
No,
cut
we usually, we cut it. We only gonna do the first verse and then we go to the verse and come back. You got a commercial? You got a commercial? Okay.
Definitely, I think I wouldn't. Matter of fact, to be honest, if
Real
the
talk,
Costa,
all we need is 30 seconds of the song.
if the Costa,
Stay with us, man. Look, we already had this debate about what running back should
budget
come
ball.
in.
If he playing budget ball like he doing, we don't need even money. We go with what we draft. We spend some money on the line.
But see,
I want to spend some money on the line.
See, I want to draft some line. I go heavy line draft. I don't want to waste another. I don't want to go into the season, man, with Gus Evans and Kenneth Dixon. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that for a minute.
I know
they had a hell of a season.
I know what you're saying. But if they playing the draft, if the Baltimore Ravens playing the draft as well, they might be tanking, and we think we letting all our expensive players go. They might be tanking on the low.
They ain't taking by being in LEVEON
Hey, so if we don't sign LEVEON, because everybody think we gonna sign LEVEON. So Buffalo fought. If his numbers is 11, 12, and Buffalo come with 16, 17. You think he want to play the win in Baltimore for 10, 11?
I think he would because he have a direct competition against Pittsburgh. I think he would.
Well,
I think he would turn down 16 in Buffalo. They take 12 in Baltimore.
I don't think he's gonna turn that extra $4 million a year.
I think he would.
I don't know. I'm 50-50 because
How old is Le'Veon?
27.
And he gonna get that.
But he
money.
did turn down a big deal this year, though.
Yes.
He, no, but
That's
he
what
knew,
I'm saying.
but he knew he wanted. He knew what was going. That locker room in Pittsburgh wasn't right this year. And with all your star players are having issues
I
in
think
one
he would
place.
sign a short-term big money deal. I mean, a short-term little money deal to come to Baltimore and play because he know after a year or two he'll get a payday.
At
I think he
28,
would do that.
at 28, he ain't gonna get no payday in the running. That running back's pretty much dead at 28.
They ain't Le'Veon Bell though.
Right. See, that's my thing, yo. You never pass up the opportunity to snag one of the best players in the whole league. And when they want to join, because sometimes you got to separate yourself from being knee deep into the team.
Yes.
If you take a step back, yes or no, is Le'Veon Bell a top 2 or 3 running back in the NFL? Yeah, you don't turn that down if you're interested.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tell the Truth. GD Fitz, man, Mike Dub to my right, Kelvin K.
Yes, sir.
DJ Rock Nice. I'm bringing a bottle of Cavassier on Thursday, man. I don't even care. Mike not gonna drink none. I'm gonna have to bring him a cup of water.
Just bring me some dye. Make my water brown.
Look, man, look. I'm trying to go ahead and have everybody feeling good on a Thursday, man. But I'm gonna keep it here on Tuesday. Can continue our conversation about potential landing spots for some free agents. Go do a quick little rundown afterwards on good move, bad move. That's a little segment we're gonna do on this part of the show. But staying with the Ravens real quick. We got guys that are available at the running back position. I'm gonna give you 3 names. Le'Veon Bell, Mark Ingram, Jay Ajayi. Now we had a little bit of debate during the break on who should come in here and be the new running back for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, no knock to Gus Edwards, no knock to Kenneth Dixon, but those 3 names that I just mentioned are a little bit more premier running backs in this league. And I wouldn't have a problem with getting either one. I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Mike. Who do you think the Ravens should go after hard to come in here and be the running back with Lamar Jackson?
I like Mark Ingram. On the fact that he's gonna bring you that veteran in the locker room, he gonna get them tough yards that a lot of our running backs couldn't get this year. You know, I just like him better. He has a championship pedigree. You know, I just like him better. I mean, I love Le'Veon, but we don't know what we getting out of Le'Veon. He's been sitting at home eating chips, talking junk on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah,
we don't know what we're gonna get.
The Twitter figure's definitely been busy with him. He's been tweeting all week with his free agency pending, but this is easy for me, man. I just don't think you turn down one of the best players in the NFL, which he definitely is, if they're interested in your team. It just kind of stops right there with me. Mark Ingram is everything that Mike Dub just expressed, but he ain't Le'Veon Bell. He don't run like Le'Veon Bell. He don't catch like Le'Veon Bell. Okay. Kenneth Dixon and Gus Edwards had good seasons, and they helped the Ravens pursue winning and a division championship. But those cats are below average running backs in the NFL. If you have the opportunity to sign a guy who many consider, if not the number 1 running back in the league, definitely the number 1 all-around running back in the league as far as receptions and carrying the ball, because he can catch the ball out of the backfield like a wide receiver. I just don't see how you turn that down if he's interested in your team. And what I look at the most, I look at how, okay, Lamar is signed to a 4-year deal, right? 4-year rookie deal, or did he get 5 years?
Lamar got 5 years.
He got 5. Okay, you can sign Le'Veon to a 4-year deal or a 3-year. He's probably going to want at least a 4-year deal. You can sign him to a 4-year deal, and him and Lamar can work it out. You got 5 years of cheap quarterback play in Baltimore. So this is your opportunity to go for it. This is your opportunity to bring in free agents where it makes sense. I mean, you can't. I mean, to me, this year's free agent class really wasn't as strong as recent years. I mean, it's some players. Franchise left tackle. There's only one. I mean, it's nobody that you really want to break the bank for. At least I wouldn't. But I just don't know how you turn that down.
I see it like this. Obviously, if you want the better talent at this point would be LEVEON Bell. But I'm also looking at it from not only a financial standpoint, because whatever deal he's getting, the way that the Ravens have traditionally done it, and I know that Ozzie was there, but DeCosta's been in there as well for a long time.
True indeed.
They usually back in the money. So they give you maybe something in signing bonus, but then they always trying to find a way to push the money to the later part of the deal. If you go after LEVEON Bell, not only are you taking on the risk of potentially having to deal with something like he just did this year to Pittsburgh and sitting out because he might want to hold out for more money, because remember, no contract is guaranteed. They can rip your contract up the day after they sign you if they want to. You get what I'm saying? Case in point, look at Alex Collins from a few weeks ago getting busted for the charge of driving down the street with marijuana in his vehicle.
You talking about like a fourth-string running back, though?
This is what I'm getting at. I'm looking at from
that. You have to factor that in, man.
Well, you also got to factor this in as well with LEVEON. He's had a history with the league getting suspended for doing with marijuana as well. So you're taking on all those risks with LEVEON Bell. Plus, he's had knee injuries over his career. So you're taking on a lot of risk for a lot of money. Whereas you can bring in a guy like Mark Ingram and say, hey, look, I know he's dealt with some issues before as well, knee injuries before as well. But we already know his style of play, which is north-south running back. He can catch out the backfield as well. It's going to be a little bit cheaper, but he's going to give you some production. And I'm already looking at some of the holes that the Ravens had. Got to address the offensive line. We talk about LEVEON being very patient. How patient can you be when you got two guys already standing in front of you in the backfield?
Well, and that's why to me the top draft picks have to go towards linemen. Now I know that they're going to have to address the wide receiver situation because you lost both your starting wide receivers from last year. You kept Willie Snead, who's pretty much a slot guy, right? At least the Ravens used him like that. I don't know if they're willing to go out there with Chris Moore and Willie Snead as your top two wide receivers. Now you're going back to what the Ravens been doing for the last 10 years as far as bomb wide receivers as far as your top two.
As long as they block, that's all they need to do. They ain't gonna catch the ball.
Yeah, man, but I don't know if
definitely not.
You know a name keeps popping up, man, that I definitely don't want. I don't want Shady McCoy here.
No, sir.
Okay, now how many times does a guy have to be hurt? And still, Shady I thought was done like 3-4 times. He still come back productive. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not signing Shady McCoy. Well, I don't want Shady McCoy to, as a free agent signing.
Me neither.
Mark Ingram, you might as well keep Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards showed the ability to actually ground and pound and had a little bit of breakaway speed for a guy that size. I mean, Mark Ingram isn't bringing any game-changing catch-out-of-the backfield ability. So if he's just pretty much a north and south runner as well, why don't you keep rocking with Gus Edwards, who's making $500,000 a year, instead of starting Mark Ingram for $8?
Well, I don't think that
$8 million.
I don't think Gus Edwards going anywhere. I think he'll still be here.
But I'm saying the talk has been, okay, who are the free agent running backs that Baltimore has the chance to sign because we need to upgrade? Okay, if they're really going, I mean, clearly they're looking to upgrade because they're heavily interested in LEVEON Bell. But that's only LEVEON Bell. The Ravens aren't interested in Mark Ingram. See, that's just fan talk to me because they got Mark Ingram on the team. He wears number 35 and got Edwards on the back of his jersey. They don't need a old, banged up Mark Ingram for millions and millions of dollars. Well, like I said, they're paying this guy for less than $1 million. you see what I'm saying? You got that. You need a game changer, and they have the money to do it right now. Lamar isn't making $20 million a year. Okay, and the quarterback sucked up so much of your salary cap, like I just alluded to. When he's making low money, go for it when you got these guys. This might be our only opportunity. Speaking as a Baltimore, that's my team, our team, right? This might be the only opportunity that the Baltimore Ravens have to sign a player of this caliber for the next 10 years. These guys aren't available all the time in free agency. Most times, guys of this caliber get re-signed by the team or a franchise tag placed on them while they're working on a big deal or something like that. These guys don't hit free agency often. And guess what? He's interested in the Ravens. and we got the cap money to do it. I just don't see how this is a bad move pursuing Le'Veon Bell.
It's not a bad move, but it's a money move, and we don't know what the money moves are at top right now. We don't know what they're really doing on top. He's interested in us, but we don't know if we want him at the same time.
Oh no, I think that's pretty clear at this point, right?
What we want is the cheapest team that's the best team right now.
Well, I thought we were in the final two, though. I thought it was just pretty much the Jets, and I saw on Twitter. I don't know.
The reason it's us is because he don't want to play in Cincinnati. He can't go to Cleveland. Oh yeah. He can't. You know, he's not going to Pittsburgh. That's why we in his top. But at the end of the day, we talked about this over the break. 16 million, 12 million.
My issue is this. We just finished talking about how you can find a running back of said style. You're saying that Gus Edwards is Mark Ingram, just younger, right? Downhill
well,
running.
I mean, roughly.
Right,
I mean,
right.
Of course, Mark Ingram was a better running back than Gus Edwards.
Right.
But
my thing is, it's always a transcending door with running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs is usually the easiest position that you can fill because if you can find a fast, speedy running back that can develop patience, or a patient running back who has a quick burst out of the hole, that's what you're going to find. You're going to run with them. You'll just keep going with them. Case in point, look at what the daggone Chiefs did after Kareem Hunt was kicked off the team. They still found the running back off the street.
See, that's Andy Reid, though. He's done that for 20 years. Be honest. Andy Reid has rushed for at least 900 yards and probably like 8 different guys. That's Andy Reid. Everybody can't do that.
It's a system.
Right? That's Andy Reid and Shanahan. So those two dudes can take me and you rush for 1,000 yards.
Now let's go back into what we see here with Baltimore. When they focus on purely running the football, we've had several running backs in this said system that we run because it's been the same running system no matter who's the coach. It's been the same kind of running system except for when we had Kubiak, when we ran a stretch running system with Forsett, and he still ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, but you took the miss, but it was the same front office and the same coaching staff. Last year with Lamar Jackson totally changed the Ravens' offense. Totally changed that.
The only dynamic that was different was the quarterback.
Yeah, but that adds such a different dynamic. I mean, when you got Flacco back there for 10 years, who was no threat of running, everybody can stay tight. You don't have to worry about him sprinting to the outside. Now you have to play a little bit more spread out, which gave Gus Edwards all of those holes to run straight up the middle for. I mean, you got to give Gus Edwards credit because he's the one that had the ball and was doing the running. But Gus Edwards couldn't have ran the ball like that with Flacco because Flacco was no threat to run on the outside.
I totally agree. That's the dynamic of Lamar. So imagine if you're bringing a guy like Mark Ingram or a guy like Jay Ajayi or a guy like Le'Veon Bell who can say, look, I'm a bell cow workhorse running back. So if they consistently try to put 9 in the box to stop me, Lamar, you're going to hit one-on-one with a cornerback that you can beat outside instead of having to worry about beating the linebacker because they have to address that. They don't really address Gus Edwards that much. They really still focus on Lamar more than anything.
Right.
That's why I said it's not bad with either one of those 3 options. Now, if it was me, I offer any of those options because of finances, because I think all 3 would be successful in running the football here in this building with the Ravens. I personally would take Mark
on the field.
On the field.
That'd be a hell of a first floor.
You know what I'm getting at. But I would go with Ingram. Because Ingram, downhill runner who can actually catch out the backfield just as well as Bell. And it's all dependent on the money.
Hold on.
I said as well. I didn't say as
good
as.
Hold on.
As
man.
well.
Hold on.
But see, I think you go deep into them stats, man.
I
go deep into those
come
stats.
on now. You know, I ain't really a stats guy at all. I mean, all right, let's just define what we're talking about here, right? Is Le'Veon Bell one of probably the top 2 running backs in the NFL? Yes or no?
He was. We don't know.
Right. Okay. Last time he was on the field, he was right.
Yeah.
Okay, it was him and probably, or maybe Gurley, Zeke. Gurley looked like his knee ain't gonna make it. So it's pretty much like Zeke, Le'Veon Bell, Gurley. I like Saquon that much. Oh, he's a monster, but he did it for a year. But the other guys did it for a few. We talking about one of the best running backs of recent memory, and we're sitting here like acting like he's not one of the best running backs in recent memory. This dude wants to come to the Ravens. What am I missing? We talking about we can make it work with Mark Ingram at 30. At 30, how old was Mark Ingram? 31. We're talking about Mark Ingram, a 31 that been injured multiple times with knees and everything else, and Gus Edwards and Kenneth Dixon. When we got Le'Veon Bell ready to walk into the building,
Le'Veon
and we trying to justify not
Le'Veon Bell has shown a history of quitting on a team. Flat out.
How so?
He did not want to play with the team this year.
Well,
so he left money and left the team afloat.
Okay.
Left him hanging, basically.
Okay, but now when we talk about Antonio Brown, we said, how do we know that could have been a narrative? It was a whole lot going on in Pittsburgh, like Mike said, and like you said, this show. It was a whole lot going on in Pittsburgh, so you don't know what was spin coming from the front office. You don't know if, okay, they franchised the guy 2 straight times. Was trying to franchise Le'Veon Bell for a 3rd straight year and was not trying to give this guy a long-term deal. For those of you who don't know what a franchise tag is, I know most of y'all do know, but bear with me, fam. We got a lot of people that's tuning in that don't dig deep like we do. If your contract is up and you have a top player and y'all can't work out a long-term deal, you can put a 1-year tag on him for average money of the top players at that position. So it kind of guarantees his money for 1 year.
The top 3 paid running back at the franchise.
Yeah, the average of the top 3 players at his position. It gives you the opportunity to come to the table and work things out. Because you can get tagged and still be negotiating and sign your deal. They tried to do this not once, not twice, but 3 times to the guy. So the guy really has no long-term security. Okay, if he played under the tag for a 3rd year, blew his knee out, then nobody wants him. The guy wants his $50 million guaranteed, or whatever his number is, and some long-term security for him and his family. That's it. So I'm not going to say, and he made a business move. See, we judging guys' character off of business moves. The guy said, look, I done gave you years, I done gave you 2 years under the tag, now I'm making a business move. And we sitting here because he made a business move saying, well, he gave up on the team.
But I think that you sometimes flip it to try to make your point go good. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've watched how guys who've actually took long-term money and then pull an injury or something of that nature, and we say, oh, well, he didn't really commit to wanting to play for this year. And I look at it in the NBA in certain ways that when I say stuff like, oh, well, this guy just got paid, but he didn't come in this year to play well because he came in overweight. And we give him a pass if we want to, and then we'll bury him if we feel as though he needs to be buried. I'm looking at Le'Veon Bell as a person. Le'Veon Bell has gotten in trouble several times in the NFL because of marijuana. He's gotten in trouble off the field. Le'Veon Bell has gotten injured on the field. Looking at it from the team that drafted him, because they know what they're dealing with down with Le'Veon Bell, they dealt with that issue for 2 straight years, starting off the year, before even franchise tagging him, when he was underneath of the contract. So when his rookie deal comes up, and he's like, all right, well, now we're going to franchise you, because you had that baggage that you was dealing with. Now you go and you get franchised again. Yeah, y'all couldn't come to a long-term deal, but then you just quit, and this is my opinion, you quit on the team. Forget the fact that you left the money there. All right, cool, you left the money there, big up to you. You didn't want that money because you didn't want to be with the team, fine. But you left your team hanging. Now, let's say you come to Baltimore, and you sign a 4-year deal, get your money. You play 1 year. As soon as they struggle, and you still get your 16 or 1700, and they struggle. And he say, well, I got mine, and y'all need me. I think I need to sit out and get some more money.
Yeah, but
Fitz, what you gonna deal with?
Fitz, I couldn't disagree more, man. And I'm looking at it this way. I still think sometimes as sports fans, and we are all big sports fans, everybody in this room, the 4 of us, and everybody listening, we're all big sports fans. There's a huge difference between the game and the business of the game. And I think we're looking at it like, okay, I played 2 years under the tag with a 1-year deal, I don't want to play under a 1-year deal anymore. I want a long-term deal with long-term security and guaranteed money. We don't want to do that for you. But look, I'm willing to sit out. If y'all can't sign me to a long-term deal, then I'm willing to sit out. This is my body. Running backs take a pounding. We don't expect them to be productive after 30. This is my career. This is my family. I'm willing to sit out a season. If I can't get my long-term deal, y'all can do what y'all want with it. Both sides held strong to their position. Le'Veon sat out for a year. I'm with you on the marijuana, even though I think that's a whole different subject, because to me, the NFL wants you addicted to painkillers, but then when you smoke marijuana to you know what I mean, that's a problem, but that's a whole nother issue, right? Mm-hmm. That's a business play. to me. I'm not gonna. Don't you think if they talking to Le'Veon's agent, they've already told him, look, what about this and that? Look, Pittsburgh was a issue. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think they just lost probably the best wide receiver in the NFL? Why do you think they about to fire the coach? Why do you think the Hall of Fame defensive coordinator just left? Everybody's leaving. So it's not just us. What about Dick LeBeau? Dick LeBeau got out of there. He owned the team. You know what I'm saying? He got more respect in the franchise than anybody. Everybody's leaving, players and Hall of Fame coaches. So it's not just us. These are the conversations that the Ravens front office brass are having with his agent. And they're like, we'll pay him, but he got to come to play and he got to be committed. So I think that's totally different. Totally different than being a problem in the locker room.
A scale of 1 to 100. Le'Veon Bell come to the Baltimore. What's his plan like? What's his percentage of playing?
What you mean?
A year after being off of, basically being off the field, just chilling.
Right.
What do you think his production is going to be at for the Ravens?
You mean compared to like his all-pro level, like if that was 100%, where's he going to be at with the Ravens?
Yeah, if his last 3 seasons in Pittsburgh was 100%.
Right.
He was the best running back in NFL, arguably.
Right.
Last 3 years. What is he coming to Baltimore as? From a scale to a 1 to 100.
I think he could give you like an 85. I think he can give you an 85 because he's only 26 and he hasn't had any injuries. Well, last year he didn't have any injuries. He's healthy.
So and what would a rookie give you?
A rookie ain't Le'Veon Bell. And see, I think that's our biggest beef. I think that's the core of our biggest beef. I might think Le'Veon Bell nicer than y'all think he is.
No, we think he's
I think he's
awesome.
Well, if he's that good, how the hell do you say no then?
Because we don't know what. At the same time, we don't know what the guys in front of him going to do for him. He could be the best runner. Like, for instance, and I know this is crazy, but the year Ray Rice had, that next year after he came out the injury,
yeah,
the line was trash.
Yeah.
And it made Ray Rice like trash. And after that, everybody's like, I think Ray Rice done. I don't think Ray Rice was done. I thought the line was done.
Yeah.
The line wasn't blocking. And this line that we have right now is worse than that line that Ray Rice had.
And I think that's why we have to invest in the line. But I'm not going to say, well, don't get an elite runner back because our line is trash. You need it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, keep the bums and then hope for the best on the line. You know what I'm saying? We need it all. So why not try to get it all? And if the running back come before the line, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But I agree
with you. Running back before the line get here.
I agree with you on that. I mean, we need it all. So
that's another thing. Like it's so many question marks. The Ravens go 10-6 last year because they put a running back in at quarterback. Because I'm no disrespect to Lamar, but they made him. They basically said, look, we need you to really be effective and be an additional running back, basically under center.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they didn't ask him to throw the football. They didn't really want him to throw the football down the field.
He
got no choice. Well, right now that's how it look right now.
He got to be a running back and a wide receiver
because we got to get wide outs. But that's something that I think we will address.
Defense ain't gonna be as good either.
And I agree. They've made some moves. They made some transition. Now what I'm getting at is that I feel that the Ravens are going to make the right decision. DeCoster ain't no fool. He's been in the front office for a while.
He's been loaded, right?
He knows what he's trying to do. And I really think he's trying to rebuild while still being successkul.
And that's what I was going to say. Can I jump in real quick for a second, guys?
Oh, Coach Rock.
Yeah, I think the one thing we was focusing on key players, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking at what this GM is doing right now. He's focusing on the team.
Right.
He ain't focusing on key players.
There
so
you go.
I really think that he cleaned house. They can work out. He cleaned house because he knew what number he needed to get at for LEVEON.
Mm-hmm.
And he also had a number in the back of his head because he knows he can't just bring LEVEON in and not put some horses in front of him.
Right.
So I think he looked at a total package. And I'm not worried about his decision to clean house. I think the fact that he's cleaning house, it gives us more money to bring in 1 or 2 big name players and we can get some youth in him.
That's right.
I'll take my lumps with some youth and that 1 or 2 key players. And everybody keep talking about Jackson. I'm gonna say this: we didn't get a chance to see him be a quarterback because of the way he was placed into the system.
I totally agree.
I think now that we got some time off season to really work with him as our starter, we can build an offense around him. We can allow him to be a quarterback. And if we bring in a Le'Veon Bell, we ain't got to worry about him being a running back. He can be that true double threat that we want him to be because we know he's capable of running the ball. We put some horses out there that LEVEON can move and he can move. I guarantee you our offense will be totally different.
Well, listen, I don't want to get it twisted. If I had my choice, I would take Le'Veon Bell. I would take Le'Veon Bell in a heartbeat because he's one of the top 3 running backs when he's on the field in the NFL. My issue is, will the commitment with the bull crap that happens off field be ceased? And will the commitment from the front office address the needs that need to be addressed by bringing in Le'Veon Bell? If you're going to spend 17 on Le'Veon, you better make sure you get the left guard. You better make sure you get the center. Because that's where the problems are right now on the offensive line in it. So you have to address that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move forward in a little segment that we call Good or Bad.
Good or bad.
And
you know what side I'm on.
And good or bad is,
Always.
I'm going to give y'all a name and the team that they signed with in free agency. You tell me if it was a good or a bad move. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. Kansas City Chiefs signed the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Good or bad?
It's a great move because they ain't played no defense. That's a great move.
Okay.
I got to pick one.
Good or bad?
Good. They feel the need.
Feel the need?
They feel
I thought it was a good move because you could pair him with Eric Berry. You could pair him with Eric Berry coming off of the nasty Achilles injury.
Yeah, I mean, you hope Barry is, 100%. He plays at his maximum productivity.
Take 2 years to be a good football player again after Achilles is proven out there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, here's another one. Here's another
I
one.
agree with that.
Eagles trade to get Deshaun Jackson back to the city of brotherly love. He's back with the Eagles. Good or bad? Go ahead, Kelvin K.
Good. I mean, where does that leave their receiving core? Now they out there with Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, and Ertz from the tight end position. That's pretty stout.
He gonna play the inside now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some people gonna have some trouble with Mr. Jackson in the inside. Philly just scored, and he gonna help save that young boy too.
Who's that?
The quarterback.
Oh, Wentz, yeah.
Yeah, he gonna save him because there's no backup there no more.
Mm-hmm.
There's no backup there no more.
Feeding right into my next person. Feeding right into my next person. Nick Foles goes and gets his money, $88 million to be exact, from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good or bad? Mike Dubs, you kind of gave me your answer already. Good or bad?
Oh, man.
Jacksonville, they paying 2 quarterbacks now, right?
Well, they cutting Borders. They all gonna cut Borders.
Okay, they're gonna cut him.
They cut.
But right now he on the team though, right?
Right now,
so to me, that's a bad move because we got 2 quarterbacks making too much money.
Well, are they supposed to have signed like as soon as the ink dried on the contract? I mean, supposed to cut them as soon as the ink dried.
I didn't see it yet.
That's a bad move, man. That's a bad move to me because Nick Foles, it's not like he just got into the league yesterday. He's only been successful with the Eagles for whatever reason. He's played for other teams and hasn't really done much. He's played with the Eagles. You paying starter money.
He is a starter.
He's a backup quarterback to me.
He's a starting backup quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because all he do is win Super Bowls for the starter and go to Disney World without the starter.
We gonna see what happens this year.
Well,
But
Jacksonville defense, so he can make some mistakes up there.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it like I said. I'm 50-50 on this, and I'm closer. I'm actually closer to the bad, and the reason why I'm closer to the bad with Jacksonville, because who's the wide receiver, Alshon Jeffrey, and who's the tight end, Zach Ertz, in Jacksonville?
So you believe in that Nick Foles, as franchise quarterback, can make your wide receiving core better?
But that's the thing. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's a product of having some talent around him with a guy who has an offensive mind.
And he's played under coaches who were great offensive coaches.
Minds.
He played under Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. He played under Chip Kelly.
Those guys.
And Doug Peterson for that matter.
Right. All of those guys.
So, these guys are offensive guys. I mean, they're really, really, offensive guys who know what to do with the quarterback position. So now you going to Jacksonville where they expect you to help them out.
Right.
We don't have
to be a quarterback now.
Yeah, the staff isn't in place to help you out anymore. They're like, okay, we seen you do it, big fella. That's what we need.
Right. That's why I'm leaning towards
I can't wait to draft. I can't wait to draft when we come back to this table We didn't see the draft because there's gonna be some.
Yeah, you
there'll
can
be
start
some
dropping
trades.
down some pieces.
There's gonna be some trades in the draft this year. Like it's gonna be like basketball now.
Yeah, yeah.
On the football level.
Here's my last one, and then we're gonna hit out to that quick commercial break, and that is Anthony Barr. Anthony Barr, good or bad? Going to the Jets or turning the Jets off or down and going back to the Minnesota Vikings, good or bad?
He turned it down.
Turned it down, went back to Minnesota.
Wow, seriously, man, I thought that was a done deal.
Nope, because technically you can't
man.
sign up until 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So good or bad?
Good. He was part of a good defense up there, anchored by him in the Vikings. I thought that him and CJ would have been paired perfectly, though, because everybody says CJ sucks in the pass. Well, CJ always had to carry the weight in the pass. Like, he was one of always two middle linebackers that, I mean, carrying the weight for a 59-year-old Ray Lewis and a 65-year-old Darryl Smith. I mean, and so
He wasn't playing with them, though.
Well, I'm just saying, well, CJ always had to get the best tight end, the slot guy, because these guys can't move. and then you say CJ bad against the pass. Well, I thought him and Anthony Barr was going to be a good fit up in New York with the Jets, but hey, I guess not. Good move. Go back home when you own the town.
Yeah, to me, he didn't want to be number 2. That's what I think.
Oh, really?
I didn't want to be the number 2. I want to be number 1. I stay home. I stay home, be the number 1 guy.
Thought it was a great move by Mike Zimmer to call him back, to get him back in the door. This reminds me of the NBA with DeAndre Jordan with the Clippers. He's like, don't go to Dallas. Don't go to Dallas. Stay here, man. We're going to lock the door, put the chair up there to make sure you don't even leave out. Go sign that
contract. And we promise
contract.
Chris Paul won't do nothing to you.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what this looked like to me. It looked like somebody on that defense, looked like Mike Zimmer, or it looked like Stephon Diggs, and them said, look, bro, we need you on that side of the field, man. Please stay. Just stay here. But Rock Nice, take us out to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have some NBA talk. Are the Warriors going to three-peat? Who's the MVP? And what's up with Westbrook and the fans? When we come back, we're going to break all this down. Stay with us. Tell the True Sports Talk radio show here on WMEG. Facebook Live, we with y'all, baby.
So you heard about this? He got balled, right? That fan got balled, right?
Yeah,
He got balled. He can't go to no Utah game.
Yeah, that's good.
He must be saying some real racial stuff with that bad. But you know what? I heard a lot of basketball players said Utah fans are very racist. I said a lot of racist stuff.
Yeah.
Michael Brogdon came out the other day, said Milwaukee feel like the most segregated town in the damn country.
Really?
He played there. Home
Really?
game. Yeah. So, woo.
And that's crazy because you wouldn't. That stigma's attached to the South. You wouldn't think that in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, North, you know what I mean? That's bordering Canada. Or you wouldn't think that Utah, you know. I mean, Karl Malone was the king up there. You thought a guy NBA player come behind Karl Malone.
He actually wearing cowboy boots and
yeah, he knew how.
rifles.
Yeah, Karl Malone was the king up there. He knew what to do.
Roll motorcycles.
He was up there getting all the buddies. Up there, man.
And having kids everywhere else. He was having kids everywhere else.
That's why they signed him, because you know there you can have like 5, 6 wives. So Karl Malone go up there, he gonna turn me on some different shit.
He said, "Oh, that's my son. That's my daughter. They twins, but she gonna be the one. So I want to be that father." That was tough. Like Karl Malone got grown.
Yo, it's probably like 25 light-skinned country talking, like 12-year-olds with a J. And they can run a pick and roll like babies in diapers running a pick and roll in Utah, man.
If you get it through both of them, I'm gonna finish it. I promise you. I'll get it right there.
Right, you know what I mean? 14-year-olds with cowboy hats running pick and roll in Utah, man. Oh, yo, what's up, bro? What's up with that? Well, it wasn't necessarily, well, it kind of was sports, like that scandal at college.
Will Wade being suspended?
Who is?
Will Wade, the LSU coach.
Yeah, that's crazy, yo. But not only that, I'm talking about how they were paying schools, like people were paying schools for acceptance, right? Schools would some schools were creating fake athletic profiles for the kids. and the kids were getting scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids were getting scholarships, and in turn, it was leading to write-offs for the schools and tax breaks for the parents. Like, it was a lot of shady stuff going on, man.
That's probably going on forever. It's
Of
just
course.
starting to be bringing to light.
Of course, somebody, I look at stuff like that, and somebody just didn't have a proper relationship.
Somebody made a mistake. Like you shouldn't have signed that paper. That's the wrong paper. You signed your real name on the wrong paper.
And then somebody had to hold them accountable. They, you know what I'm saying? That,
Hey, coach.
ain't nothing I can do.
Hey, coach. Somebody got to go down for him writing his name on the wrong paper.
Yep. That's how I work a lot of times, man. You know that's how business works, man.
But that's LSU. And we all know Shorty got paid to play there now. I mean, Shorty got paid to play there. Ben Simmons got paid to play
At LSU.
That got swept under the rug. Like, people like, they was talking about it and everything. Hey, I'm leaving. I'm only here for 1 year. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. I'm here for 1 year. I'm getting paid early to play it.
So
Yeah.
Mark Ingram asked for 7.5. The Ravens the front runner.
Welcome back, listeners. WMEG TuneIn Radio is Tell the Truth. GD Fitz here on part 3 of the day's good old sports day, man. I meant to go into this early and I totally forgot. Over this weekend, I was watching a little bit of boxing and Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter had a title defense on Fox on Saturday night, man.
Oh, boy.
Kelvin hit me up. He said, "Yo, Porter getting beat. Porter getting beat." I said, "Nah, let me go turn it on real quick." I thought Shawn Porter got his ass whooped on Saturday night.
Exactly.
Man. Usman. That's his name, Usman?
Usman. He
Usman.
was
Up
a
and coming
Cuban.
Cuban welterweight coming up. And he look huge, yo. Like, for real. Like, they supposed to be at 147. Shorty looked like he was like 160.
He was big welter, man.
He's a big welterweight going up against I keep saying Shane Mosley. I guess I got Shane Mosley on my head.
They look alike.
Yeah, that's why Porter
They
and
look
Mosley, the way they act in the ring, they just
Look, the best
look
part
funny.
of the fight to me was Shawn Porter interacting with his father in the corner.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was like, damn, he got a cream.
Now remember, he almost lost the belt on the scales because of missing
Yeah.
weight. They had to cut
Yeah.
his dreads so he could make weight, and he made the weight. But
Yeah.
the crazy thing about it, gets in the ring, and I'm gonna just go into the 12th round. I already thought that the fight was a little close. 12th round came in, and Porter looked like he got knocked down to me. Referee called it a slip.
Clear knockdown.
Looked like a clear knockdown.
Clear knockdown.
Called it a slip. Porter wins on split decision. Now, I thought it was kind of hilarious to watch him win, but the more politically connected fighter is going to always win those kind of matchups. But it was just interesting to see how a top scale, big name fighter just doesn't show up like that when he's been calling out all these other guys.
But see,
It's funny.
I disagree with that though, man, because I thought the fight could have went either way. Yeah, it was a split decision. I believe the guy's name was Ugas. Ugas got a judge to score in his favor. Porter got 2 judges to score in his favor. I think it was that close. I mean, Ugas was a disciplined counterpuncher. I mean, if you just stood there in front of him and waited for him to punch, he ain't gonna punch. I mean, and he was disciplined to it all night long, and it really threw Porter off. Porter jab step. I've never seen him like it. Porter like crossing him up with like imaginary basketballs, all moving around, looking crazy. The guy was just standing there like, dude, if you ain't gonna unload, then I ain't gonna unload. And Porter is kind of, you know, he does have like a different, unique kind of style, kind of like Pacquiao in a way, not to compare him to Pacquiao. Pacquiao is a total different planet than Shawn Porter is, but Shawn Porter was smaller than Ugas. He had much shorter reach than Ugas. Ugas' power, I don't know if he had one punch knockout power, but his punches definitely took a toll if you seen Porter at the end of the fight. And he was just waiting for him to throw and countering, and it was taking its toll. It was taking its toll. I thought Ugas really could have did more, because there was times in the fight where he clearly had Porter hurt, had him in the corner and didn't unload, because he was, I thought that he was even too disciplined of a counterpuncher at parts of the fight. Like, he make good contact, you know, straight right, come back with something else and just stand there. And Porter be in the corner, kind of like looking for a way out, and he'll skip out of the corner. Whereas if you could have applied a little bit of pressure and really, you know, could have finished him off. Now, Porter really wasn't hurt on that knockdown that Fitz is referring to, but it was a legit punch, and you legit went down. That should count as an extra point, and they countered it as a slip. And in a fight that close, that 1 point really could have made a difference with some of the scorecards. I had Porter winning the fight by 1. I mean, I scored the fight. So a fight that close could have really gone either way. I'm not gonna say, you know, politics got it for him. I mean, Porter was effective at points, but he didn't look good for a guy of his name and what he's supposed to be for the welterweight division.
Well, it kind of rocked me off guard. I was just shocked on that, very shocked on that.
I don't like Porter as a fighter, man. I mean, he's cool, but he's not that. I mean, Porter, to me, Porter is a great athlete, right? He's a great athlete for a boxer, and he has a lot of power for his weight class. And I think it pretty much stops right there.
Well, I have to go and break in real quick. I knew it was some reason why I was segueing into Shawn Porter. We're going to be the first to report this out here, man. Internet radio, WMBG, Tell the Truth Sports Talk.
Wow.
ODELL Beckham Jr. has been traded to the Cleveland Browns. Yes, sir, to the Cleveland Browns.
There's no one team on vision.
And it does look like that right now, man. Listen,
Wow.
I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say it to you and I'm going to keep it 100. When you draft the quarterback, you got to give him weapons to make him better. You draft Baker Mayfield.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
You then go out and you draft Nick Chubb. You bringing in more weapons. You go get Callaway, issue guy, but a playmaker.
Jarvis Landry.
You go trade for Jarvis Landry. Oh, look at it.
Both of them. You got teammates.
They all look successful.
LSU
teammates. They say, look, let's come together.
Landry and Beckham, college teammates.
Landry goes back into his natural position of the slot. Beckham on the outside. They on the same side of the field. You got Njoku as your tight end. Then after you get your tight end, oh, that's right. Oh, you want to cut Kareem Hunt?
Hey,
bring me Kareem Hunt too.
Okay. Now, Beckham just signed a big deal. Now, what kind of dead money New York stuck with?
Probably not a lot, though, because...
Unless they decided to split it or something.
They might have split it. The Browns might even took it all on because they had so much that they could give back.
That's true.
They had so much to give back. I'm not mad at this move for Cleveland or the Giants.
What they give up?
It's not disclosed yet. But I'm pretty certain that the Browns gave up their first round draft pick.
Probably gave up 2.
Probably gave up 2. Might even gave up 3. But you don't leave a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. to rot in New York.
To rot.
And I'm being dead serious.
Damn.
And look, and I'm gonna be harsh with it. You don't leave him to rot in New York with Eli Manning as the quarterback.
Well, they were projected to get a quarterback this year. I know a lot of the mocks that I was looking at had Haskins possibly going to New York, and Haskins was a very good college player, but I didn't really see him as a game-changing NFL franchise quarterback. But I guess it was got that bad in New York.
That's a great move. Cleveland has made nothing but great moves the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can't take nothing from it. And overnight, they're the best team in our division. Like, overnight.
We'll see. I mean, that's why they play the game.
Odell Beckham wins games by himself.
Listen,
let's be honest.
And that's going to boost Landry playing with his man.
Like, come on, that's we just see Odell beat teams by himself. Just give me he been saying it for 4 years now in the NFL. He been saying, just give me the ball. I'm gonna make a difference. I promise you.
Listen, that is an awesome move right there to go out and get a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. Straight up, because now you know you have a premier #1 guy for Baker Mayfield, and then to have Callaway now fall into your 3rd wide receiver position.
It's crazy.
And then to say Njoku was your safety valve at tight end. And Njoku was a very good tight end in my opinion, a good young tight end in my opinion. He's solid. He's gonna look a lot more better than average when you got Odell and Jarvis Landry getting the football from Baker.
That's the reason they got all that money.
Listen, yeah, it's a very good move. Cleveland's doing the right things, and like Mike Dub said, the Browns looking like the #1 team on paper, offensively.
Right.
in the AFC.
Well, the Browns haven't figured out. You know, Ravens fans still talking about don't sign Le'Veon Bell. You know what I'm saying? The Browns going out, they getting Odell Beckham. They bringing players in. We arguing talking about let's bring Mark Ingram in. It's time. When you don't have that big contract that you paying your quarterback, it's time to go get ball players. I've been saying it all show. The Browns got to figure it out. They going for it. Oh, we got a franchise quarterback, a guy that can deliver the ball for accuracy downfield. Clearly, he's our leader. He gonna have that C on his chest come next year. Okay, we got a #1 draft pick as far as the running back position goes. Now I'm pairing up Kyle's teammates, 2 legit Pro Bowl caliber wide receivers. Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's smart, man. I mean,
let's get it.
I like it because it shows that you about trying to win.
Yeah.
You're changing the narrative. You want to win now. It's not about basically being mediocre. It's not about being 7-8, 7-8-1 like they were last year. They want to win, and they're pushing for it. And the time is now.
And to be honest, man, I mean, looking at it, the Ravens defense trying to defend this Cleveland team. You couldn't have got rid of Weddle at a better time. How the hell Weddle going to compete with Callaway, Jarvis Landry, and Odell Beckham, and even Joku has good speed for the tight end position.
Yeah, you just called him average, though.
Well, he's average. I mean, you can have good speed and be in average hands. I mean, Joku is an average tight end. Hell, I'll take Andrews over Mark Andrews over Joku. I mean, come on.
Looking at it right now, early predictions. Who look like the top 2 teams in the South? In the North. Looks like
Cincinnati.
No, sir.
I like Baltimore.
I think Baltimore and Cleveland.
Baltimore and the Browns, I'm sorry.
Baltimore and Cleveland.
We playing the #1 schedule next year, right?
It's a great point. That's a great point.
What?
Playing #1 schedule next year.
Every schedule next year.
Everybody making moves.
But look though, you can't.
I'm not going to say that.
You can't forget about this either though, man, because I don't care who they sign. This matters, and I don't think you can undervalue it.
You go get Le'Veon right now if you Baltimore.
No, that's not where I'm going. Greg Williams is gone.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They had Greg Williams on that defense last year. Greg Williams' defense, any defense that he leads puts fear in your heart. He ain't there no more. So they're looking very one-dimensional right now, in my opinion. That defense can be scored upon. So you can go out there. People forget, Kansas City had a good defense because they had a good pass rush. They showed up when it counted the most. If you want to be one-dimensional, you at least want to have a pass rush, and that's what they did. Mm-hmm. Rams, okay, they had a hell of an offense, but they got Dominican Sue and the best player in football on their defensive line. Browns don't have that. They got a lot of offensive talent, but you got to stop somebody. Okay, so it's gonna be real entertaining watching a high octane, on paper, what looks like a high octane passing game against the Ravens offense that look like it sucks the life out of the game. So if you limit the opportunities that team gets, then okay, them 35 points might be more like 24 points. Give Baltimore a chance to win. So now, after this move, I'm looking at what Mike said earlier is even more important. It's time to invest in the line. You got to run the ball.
Hey,
you can't allow these dudes to put up 40 points a game. Now,
again, I told you the best way that this team's going to win is by taking the air out of football. It's going to be boring old school football, but you better run it and look up on the clock and you say, oh, they winning 7-0 with 7 minutes left in the first quarter.
That's Ravens football.
That's the Ravens way of winning games.
That's what we have to embrace.
And that's what you have to go with.
It's Ravens football.
Last year we played Cleveland twice, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the fourth quarter, Cleveland killed us twice in one season, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got them when it mattered most, the last one.
I mean, he's not there now.
We would have had him the first time. Crabtree didn't drop that touchdown pass.
He's not here either.
Yeah, he's not here.
Both of them gone because
one who threw the ball and the one who dropped the ball.
He's not here now to make that play.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun, man.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very interesting.
I'm definitely going to Cleveland.
So we going to Cleveland?
We doing a show in Cleveland.
So we gonna go do? Hey, Rob.
We going to the Dog Pound.
We going to the Dog Pound. On Mike Dub.
On me.
All the soup kitchen money is gonna pay off.
On me.
I'm with it.
I don't even want to go.
Road trip
now. I don't even want to go to see the Baltimore Pittsburgh now. I want to see the Baltimore Cleveland.
Yeah,
Baltimore at home against Pittsburgh. Baltimore against Cleveland and Cleveland. That's split.
Yeah, that'll work.
Hey, listen.
That'll work.
I got to look at my parameters, make sure I'm okay. I can go. I think I can get there.
That mean he gotta get his permission slip signed. We know what that means.
I think I can get there.
We know what that means.
We going to Cleveland, baby. Cleveland rocks.
Hey, I don't want to see Pittsburgh no more.
I hope it ain't. I hope it's just not the last game of the year. We gotta go to Cleveland, man.
In the cold.
It's gonna be cold as hell.
6 inches of snow.
Nah, this is what we're gonna do, man. My son will be home from Hawaii then. We're gonna make his ass sponsor the trip.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, son, I appreciate you. That's all I can say.
I appreciate you.
Well,
That's some hot chocolate.
we're going to use Junior as protection. And especially if he wears military fatigues, we welcome him. We ain't going to have no problems on none of the Cleveland fans. Like, he's a veteran. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, that's our past, and I have no trouble.
We want to wear orange, yo.
Matter of fact, we're going to make sure he gets saluted.
No, we good. Just gotta take that bird off.
Take the bird off.
Gotta take the bird
Oh,
off.
man.
We'll be alright. But look, let's go on over to the NBA real quick. I don't got no more breaking news right now in the NFL. But that was very interesting to see that right now. The NFL trying to be like the NBA.
I just said that.
I need to know what that dead money looking like in New York.
Yeah.
We'll get on there.
We'll get on there. But looking at the NBA, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit with the champs. Warriors have lost 4 of their last 6. Team looking a little bit in disarray. And the reason why I said in disarray is because they lost to the Phoenix Suns. Lost to Phoenix at home. Worst team in basketball, well, worst team in the Western Conference. And they lose the game. And everybody had to pose this question. I have to. Warriors, 45-21. Best team in the West record-wise. But they're going to attempt to go back to the finals for a 5th straight year. And try to attempt to capture a 3rd straight NBA championship. Only 3 teams have three-peated over the last 52 years.
Really?
2 of them was the Chicago Bulls.
That's strong. That's strong.
Then the Los Angeles Lakers from 2000 to 2002.
Celtics ain't it? Oh, yeah, 50 years.
50 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and ask this, man. Do the Warriors three-peat?
Yeah. Ain't no question. Not to me. Not to me. What are we talking about? We're talking about.
That's a legit question.
We're talking about Golden State Warriors with Clay and Steph, and now Boogie beating up people a little bit in post, and Kevin Durant, and Draymond, all NBA team defense, and
yeah, we talk about the Warriors. Do they three?
That same Golden State.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I mean, I'm gonna disagree just to disagree. Do not let them be in the same situation they was in last year, and Chris Paul don't get hurt.
The Rockets do have that number.
No, I'm gonna say that. Do not be in that situation you was in last year, and Chris Paul don't get hurt, because that Houston team is way better than it was last year. A lot of the trades they made, nobody paid attention to them, and a lot of guys are sitting on the bench getting healthy.
Capella.
I know nobody really look at him as a good guy, but Amon Shepard sitting on the bench getting healthy for the playoffs. And you're going to say he's a 6'6" guy who can play defense and hit an open 3.
He's not
and
6'6".
I'm gonna hit here though. I'm gonna hit here. I kind of get what you're saying, but it looks like the roles are reversing, in that the Rockets are now trying to use the Golden State model of strength in numbers, because to go out and have Austin Rivers bench production, Amon Shepard that you just mentioned bench production, Kenneth Faried getting traded there from the Nets bench production, and we talked about this earlier this year. And I was the one that was saying, nah, Warriors bench still better. That bench in Houston has been solidified throughout the season, just off of small little trades here and there. And to be honest with you, and it's going to go into my next question when we talk about who's the MVP. When Harden was rolling and all those pieces started to get traded, while Capella, Eric Gordon, and CP3 was hurt, they got a chance to play a little bit with Harden. So it's like, oh, I can play now with him, play well with him. Now I got that chemistry with the best player, and if you look at what D'Antoni's doing, he's playing Chris Paul with them a lot too, so they can all get that chemistry while in season, and they're rolling right now. They've won 9 straight, and they play Golden. They won 9 straight. They play Golden State tomorrow. They could possibly win that game. They'll be 2 games out of first place. They've got the clean series sweep over the Warriors right now this year. I'm kind of saying that the percentage is different. Because at the beginning of the year, it was definitely 100% Warriors winning.
Yeah.
I think I'm down to 80.
I give you that. But I just have to see it. I mean, because basically what you two just said was that the Rockets have a good shot if everything work out, versus Golden State, who just got to play their game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to do a whole lot different than what they've been doing the last 5 years to beat anybody in the league. The Rockets got to make sure everything work out, the pieces gel together. I mean, it looks like it's flying now, but this ain't playoff basketball. We all know what's the difference. It's cool now, regular season. You know what I mean? They won 9 straight. I like to see the 9 teams they beat. But 9 straight is 9 straight. I ain't even going to diminish that. 9 straight. I was about to try to, but 9 straight is 9 straight.
Hey, Genius, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to you. The Warriors are the best team in the NBA. We know that they got the best starting 5. Probably they might got the best coach right now, too, because it's his starting 5. Well, I'm going to say this. They are in one of those situations that luck always seems to fall to their side. Because they could have been a first-round knockout if Rondo don't get hurt. They could have been a first-round knockout if Rondo don't get hurt.
Could have been.
And then you turn around, you get to the conference championship, and the same thing happened again. How lucky can you be as a franchise? And you turn around, Chris Paul dismantling y'all. Y'all up. They pretty much up 2 games. All we got to do is win 1 more game, and he get hurt in the last 40 seconds.
The hamstring pop.
Last 40 seconds of the game. How much luck?
Well, that was his fault. He should have shimmied in front of Chef Curry at the big bucket.
He been dealing with him for a while now. It's my time to show you that, you know.
Hey, get knocked down 7, get up 8.
I think this is a dynamic too. Kevin Durant's heart might not be in it like it was, and I think with any other player, I wouldn't necessarily weigh that as much. I think with him, that matters. I think he got to be in a happy place for him to play great basketball.
I think they're still in cruise control though.
I do think they're in cruise control right now.
Yeah, I think they're still in cruise control.
I think if they get into a dogfight against Houston in the playoffs, and Kevin Durant, no, I ain't resigning here anyway. In this drag down, guts on the floor type of series, I can see him checking out.
You see what?
I can see him checking out.
You see what Steve Kerr said the other night?
What's that?
Tired of Draymond shit. Like,
he did say that.
Tired of Draymond shit. Like he said that.
Really?
He said it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put him on the block to be traded and sign Boogie.
What you say? At a press conference, somebody asked him.
At the end of the game, they walking off the court. Draymond did something, a Draymond move. Yeah. And he said, "I'm tired of this Draymond shit." Like talking to his assistant coach, "I'm tired of this Draymond."
Oh,
shit.
well, I ain't.
Talking to Mike Brown.
I mean, that's cool, man. I mean, you know how that goes. You say a lot of stuff in the locker room. They ain't think Mike's picked that up, man. That's cool. That's cool.
Look, he always trying to find protection.
No, everybody. I mean, look, everybody know Draymond bipolar. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? So, that ain't the worst thing in the world, man. But but see, we forget about one team in the West that I like a lot. That's OKC.
And that goes into my percentage drop because I'm looking at what a potential matchups would be. If the standards stayed the way that they are right now, you would have the Warriors as the #1 seed. They're playing Utah in the first round. That's a tough matchup.
Utah beat OKC
Utah,
last year.
Listen, that's a tough matchup for Golden State going up against Utah. And then in the second round, you're probably going to meet the OKC Thunder because they're the 4 seed. So you get OKC in the second round, and you're probably going to go through 6 or 7 games with them to then turn around, and then you got to go play potentially the Rockets in the Western Conference Finals again.
Now, how come we're not talking about the Nuggets? The Nuggets are...
I don't believe in them.
Now, the Golden State just smoked them.
And
just smoked them.
And the reason why I don't believe in Golden State, big ups to Will Barton, Baltimore's own, but...
You mean the Nuggets, you don't believe in?
I don't believe in the Nuggets
right.
at all. I don't believe in Denver because they haven't been there yet. Young Cole hasn't been there.
They're very young.
They're very young.
Extremely well coached. Extremely well coached.
Very young.
It's easy to coach young talent too.
Yeah.
It's easy to coach young talent, like
especially guys who haven't really had everything given to them at that point. Yeah. You know what I mean? They are highly touted guys. Yeah. Right. They a bunch of ballers. Yeah. They out there getting it.
Yeah. All of them had to work to get to where they was.
Yeah. I totally agree, man.
I just don't see. I like them too.
I don't see them beating on the big dogs though. It's one of them things when you walk into the room and you see a guy like Westbrook, they get starstruck. I mean, I know they want, like, we wanna beat them, and stuff like that, but I still think it's one of them lights are bright at this moment, and they might.
I guess I agree with you on that, man. But I think after a whole season and them still maintain a top 2 spot in the West, as competitive as the West is at top heavy, you know, they deserve a whole lot of credit.
Oh yeah,
because
they don't get the credit.
Because I put it to you like this: it'd be a surprise, but it shouldn't be a huge surprise if things went their way and they actually made it to the championship. Because they held it down all year. Number 1 spot, number 2 spot. So if they happen to beat the Rockets head up or beat OKC head up, I'm going to put the Golden State on the side because they just smoked them. And, you know, like you said, they're the best team in basketball, so you kind of expect them to be there. But if they beat the Rockets or OKC head up in the series, we really shouldn't be that surprised because they've held it down all year.
I don't watch James Harden kill them boys, though.
But it's also...
Yeah.
I don't watch him kill Heat. Everybody wanted to beat. I don't watch. They put 4 different people on him. James Harden, like, nah, not tonight, boys.
But it's also this, and we've already talked about this. James Harden, regular season, might be one of the best of all time, but will he do it come playoff time? And that goes into the segue.
Let me ask you something. He didn't have a bad playoffs last year.
No, he didn't.
Not like everybody keep talking about what is he in the playoffs. Like to me, he might have been the best individual basketball player in the playoffs last year.
Over top, in my opinion, I thought Clay was the best one last year. That was just my opinion.
Damn, you didn't think LeBron was the best?
Nah.
The best what?
The best player in the playoffs.
He was the best player to beat the guys in the East. That's
So
what he was.
So you don't think that he was so like the 40-point triple doubles because it came in the East, it ain't count. And the game winners and the blocks on Oladipo and the
Well, that wasn't a block. Let's get that right.
I mean, look, they ain't call it.
Technically in the books they call it.
I mean, in the books it's a block, but once we looked at it and the ref said, "Oh, we made a mistake."
What I'm saying though, like seriously,
They down 3-1 on that mistake, right?
Like we even said, Clay had a better playoffs than LeBron last year.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying Harden. I'm saying Harden.
Yeah,
you know, everybody say he played this. James Harden disappeared. He didn't disappear last year.
Well, Fitz kind of convinced me of that because I was saying the same thing. It's probably been true for every other year, other than last year. Last year he played well.
As the team get better, he is less slack on him. I mean, to be honest, we can say Chris Paul might have had the best playoffs the way he played. I think he had at least 4 triple doubles in the playoffs last year, and no one's talking about it because it's Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not to mention I'm not gonna say because I know we can get some negative comments when I say that.
That's all right. Well, that's what we want.
Huh?
We want the negative comments.
He destroyed everybody's favorite player in the playoffs last year. He had him terrorized last year. He destroyed Chef. And everybody said, don't nobody want to acknowledge it, but he destroyed him because he had somebody on his backside. Chris Paul finally had somebody on his backside. I said, look, you take care of Clay and the rest of them. I'm gonna show you what I've been waiting to do for so long against this guy that I couldn't do because I never really had the backup.
Yeah,
you know, he really never had the backup.
Well, in that case, we're gonna talk about if that backup might still be number 1. When we come back from break, we still got some more talking to NBA. We got to get into this Westbrook fan controversy one more time and so much more, man. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Tune in. Tell the truth, sports talk, baby. We here.
Yo, check this though. Check this. You got Baker Mayfield. Here with your backfield. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt.
And Duke Johnson as a spellback.
That's your scat back. Okay, Charles Landry, Odell Beckham. And I guess we can throw Joku in there too since he on offense.
He is on offense.
He on offense, so we're gonna throw him on there.
He made the rookie team though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yo, Cleveland just got tough as fuck overnight.
Word came back for you. I just needed time
Hey.
to do what I had to do. Caught in the line, I can't let it go. Whether that's right, I will never know.
Sir, nigga, the tunes of DJ Rock, nice.
Bring in the cannons.
Oh, you
My
can
dad.
bring that out. For real. Cause we short.
No, that's time fast.
Oh, it's not- oh, okay.
I'm looking at the clock.
Oh yeah, yeah, hell yeah. Goddamn.
Huh? What's wrong?
No, that clock like 8 minutes down.
Alright, I fixed that. It changes on its own, like with the daylight saving time it changed.
Yeah.
So it went up a couple minutes, but I fixed that. Oh. What you text me for, Calvin? Oh shit. Jesus. That can't be real, is it? It's real?
I was talking to Greg today, right? And I was like, yo, the Wizards made a lot of little slick trades too this year.
They did.
A lot of little slick trades. And like, and I know it might, we don't know what we're gonna get out of the White House situation, but we do get, we get the 80%. We get an 80% the White House next year, and we get John Wall at the halfway point, and you keep Jabari Parker playing the way he playing basketball. They might have like a 4-hitter monster. And then the young boy that's dunking everything. I can't think his name. For Wizards, the young boy. Oh God, it seems every time I see him in highlights, he dunking somebody. He came in one of the trades too.
Oh, damn. I don't know his name either, man.
He be like that's what you want out your power forward. Like,
Damn.
like they have a very type of team that be a bounce back team in the position where they were supposed to be this season next year.
You like it better with the headphones or without the headphones?
With.
Yeah, I actually hear myself, so I know how low I'm talking. Like everybody saying.
Now you gonna run your mouth now, boy.
I'm gonna talk loud.
You gonna run his mouth now. I done messed you up.
We gonna talk about the East.
I never, man.
I'm getting ready to go in on the whole.
To Troy Brown, yeah.
On the whole.
Is that his name? Let me see. You put something? No, Brian. Thomas Brown.
Thomas.
Yeah, that's the one that be dunking everything.
Oh yeah.
He's the one that be dunking everything. Like every time I look, they throwing the hoop to him and he landed it down. I like him. Like somebody that looks like somebody gonna make the White House play some basketball. Slim find him with Central Rican. Yeah, he texted now. Chris Paul played all right against Chef. He played all right. He was all right against. You know how he destroyed that man. Should have been to that.
I've been doing that all the day long. And I'm posted in like 8 groups.
This really make me want to go dance.
Rock doing his job.
This really made me go Mike. Go Mike. Put me in the middle, yo. Put me in the middle.
Welcome back. Last segment of the night. WMEG listeners, tune in radio, Facebook Live. Mike does feel like he in the club. He over there dancing. I told him stop. He don't listen. It's okay. It's Rock's fault. It's all Rock's fault. But yo, check it. So, gotta talk about this MVP race, man, in the NBA. Earlier this year, we were talking about how Paul George was there. He even gave a little bit of love to Chef Curry because of his hot streak that he was doing. Kawhi for what he was doing with Toronto and changing their whole dynamic up there. But over the last few weeks, I think we've narrowed it down to 2 guys. I'm not sure if you guys agree. But
I know what
it's 2 guys.
Okay.
MVP race for the NBA's Most Valuable Player Award. And at number 2, I'm actually going with the guy that has the best record in the NBA, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, up in Milwaukee. He's number 2, and no disrespect to him.
I need to say something about him.
No disrespect to him. He's yet to give me that signature MVP moment. You know how when you get those moments when a guy be like, oh, all right, I hit a step back game winner or
He ain't gonna do that.
Euro step dunk at the buzzer to win the game because that's his move, the Euro step dunk.
So you gotta have a moment.
You don't have to, but he has yet to give me one. That's all.
So you gotta have a moment then.
He ain't have no moment to me. It seemed like he fizzled out against the Stars. To me, he fizzled out against the Stars. He played against LeBron the other night. He looked like a regular basketball player. Don't say it's LeBron because then we can rewind it. He played against Paul George the other night. What happened?
Oh no.
Paul George rocks on him on the biggest stage.
I'm agreeing with y'all.
The biggest stage, you know, it's like when he played against the people that's supposed to be his caliber, he fizzles out against them.
Look, I've said this for a long time. I feel like he is exactly what his nickname says he is. He is a freak of nature, man. He is a almost 7-foot dude that can handle, that plays physical.
Mm-hmm.
He has a physical brand of basketball, and he plays. I mean, KD is like a 7'2" guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Greek played like a small forward. He's like the prototype small forward with just ridiculous athleticism and power and length. But I don't think that you can't say in a big spot, big fella, take us home. He ain't that guy to me. I'm not saying that he can't be the best player on a really good team, which he is now, right? And I think I think that we can agree that when he got into the league, he was a bit of a project, right?
He definitely was
He was a bit of a project, right? So it wasn't like, and he's worked hard on this game, extremely hard, and he's gotten a hell of a lot better. He can handle the ball like a point guard. He plays a little bit of point at times. He got a little 3. But, okay, when you're talking about the MVP race now, you're talking about guys who you can say who doing on both ends. He plays great defense. Good rebounder, and to be that big, he plays great defense.
He's definitely what kind of shot block would you call him? Off-ball shot block? He
Yeah.
always
He's
helping. He always helping.
He protect the paint.
Yeah.
But he's not that guy to me, man. And I agree with you, Mike. I point to, I felt like his moment could have been the moment that Fitz like wanted to see out of him. It was Game 7 against Boston in the playoffs last year in Boston. If everybody was talking about the Greek, I was like, this is it right here. This is where you got to step up and be one of the best players in the league, win or lose. You know what I mean? You're going to go down guns a-blazing, you're going to show everybody what you're about. I think he dropped like 16 and played okay at best. But to me, that's what he is. I think you need somebody else with him, another star with him, to really, now that's hard to say.
He got an all-star with him.
You're right, Middleton. But Middleton, I look at the Bucks like they're an extremely well-coached team, and they have great pieces. I don't see the Greek, and this is my personal opinion. I don't see the Greek as being a top-tier guy like you're comparing to Anthony Davis's or LeBron's or Steph or Hart. He's not on that level to me. He's like a notch below those dudes, in my opinion. So I think you're gonna lose a lot of money betting on the Bucks in the playoffs.
So he's not he's a superstar, but when it comes to the other superstar, he's just a star.
I mean, if you're a superstar, you're a superstar.
No, because you can be a superstar, but when you stand next to LeBron, you become a star. You stand next to Steph Curry, you become a star.
Yeah,
because if we walking down the street, let's be honest, he walking next to Steph Curry and LeBron down the street, he becomes a star. We know you play basketball, but we know them two.
Yeah,
we know them two. Everybody know them two.
And that's a great point. That's a great point.
I look at it like this because I'm only basing it off of what I see from this year. He's leading a complete team of guys who were rejected by other guys. Quality players, too, that were rejected by other guys. Brook Lopez, Eric Bledsoe, Middleton, showing everybody that you can develop from the G League and come up and be a successful NBA ball player. So they are a complete team. They just needed that coach.
They needed that coach.
And they got that coach that actually is showing them and leading them in the right direction. Now, I do say this. As much credit as I'm giving Greek, he hasn't had to carry on his back the way James Harden had to do this year. And the historic streak makes it even more alike to say he's the MVP. Because this team, when the streak started, they were out of the playoff picture. And they had their second best player on the bench sitting in the suit. Then their third best player got hurt in the process in Capella. And he still was doing what he had to do to carry them to win basketball games. Do you know that this man can sit out the rest of the games this year and not score another point and still lead the NBA in scoring at 29 a game? He's putting the team on his back through this season. He's pushed them all the way back up. They have a chance to still steal the #1 seed in the West. And nobody wants to go through Houston. Because if you give them a chance to be at home, I don't think they would mess it up this time around. And as much as I like the Warriors, I don't think they would mess it up this time around if the Rockets would get the #1 seed. And I'm kind of calling it. Harden is the MVP. No questions asked to me.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree too, man. I think it was leaning that way. I thought earlier in the season it was kind of like Kawhi was in the mix.
He was.
I think Harden was in the mix. Greek was in the mix. I even thought Paul George was in the mix, but I think at this part of the season, you have to give it to Harden. I mean, because to me, his game is the points. And I don't want to hit his defense, man. I mean, look, his scoring has contributed to the win column.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are we really talking about here? Well, he don't play defense. Okay, but it's reflected in the win column. Early in the season, you can see them in the bottom of the stand. You see what I'm saying? He going a historic streak. I mean, and it's not. I'm not trying to get too caught up in the streak. Let's just say he's been putting up points all year. Mm-hmm. He's been leading the league in scoring, and he's led them through multiple injuries to where they are now. Where they rank? Third spot. In third spot.
2 behind Golden State.
He deserves a lot of credit.
And the bad thing about this, well, as we speak, Giannis been the best team in the NBA, and then you look at Toronto, they're only 2 games behind.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Why only played 48 games?
Yeah.
They're only 2 games behind.
And that's what I told you.
He can lose the East.
Yep.
He can still lose the East. Like, the East is not won by him yet.
Yeah, but Toronto's that good, though. It's not necessarily that they, are falling off. Toronto is that good. Toronto is a complete team.
They're a good team.
They not Kawhi Leonard and a bunch of scrubs. No, they are a complete team.
They're the same team that was #1 in the East last year.
Right. Well, I'm looking at it here. MVP, my opinion, James Harden. I'm pretty sure y'all kind of looking at it the same way now. We all on agreement finally.
For now.
For this week.
For now.
You want me to disagree? Just so you won't have to do it this time. I believe in Harden. And Harden, and number 13, I believe right now because he's been playing lights out basketball every night. Like he has been in a situation where he can't play bad.
Right.
And that's tough.
But that's funny. It's funny to say that though because the other day he played bad and they picked him up.
Yeah.
Finally. They finally picked him up.
It's the craziest thing to be a basketball player and can't play bad. Like you go into the gym every night knowing that you can't play bad. That's the hardest. And I don't think the Greek has that burden on his shoulder.
No, of course not. And my point about the Greek. Well, we're just judging this season MVP versus a narrative game. I was gonna say I don't think he's capable of doing that. And ain't nothing wrong with that because he's still a hell of a basketball player. Still a hell of a basketball player.
He's going to be second in voting at the end of the season.
Well, let's go to another former MVP, and that is Russell Westbrook. Want to try to chime in on that. If you don't know, Russ has had several encounters with fans during games. Last year in the playoffs, he had an encounter in Utah with some fans. Earlier this year, actually a couple of weeks ago, he had an encounter with a young man that approached him and touched him on the court in Denver.
It's a kid.
And it was a kid, but he had a teaching moment, said, you can't do certain things. But last night, Utah Thunder, once again playing in Utah, and that's kind of creating and coming into a little rivalry now between those two teams.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it even worse when you see the fan base is on top of the best players on the other team. And Russell Westbrook is the unsung leader of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And he was approached by a fan through the stands. And Westbrook had a major tirade. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out on NBA.com or check it out on YouTube to go and see and hear how Westbrook reacted to the fan. And Westbrook basically came out after the game and said the fan said some real disrespectful and racial comments towards Russell Westbrook. And Westbrook was rightfully so, in my opinion, fined $25,000 for the profanity rage tirade. But the fan was permanently banned from Utah games. The question that I have, does the NBA have to make adjustments? We've had this before.
Last time we had a situation we talked about.
We actually talked about this before. And we see it again. And I'm not going to put that black eye only on Russell Westbrook because there has been other incidents of watching this. I remember a young lady ran on the court and approached Ty Lawson in a Denver game. We don't know what was getting ready to happen, but it's so much easy access to the NBA players. So I'm going to ask the question one more time. Another week, another incident. Do you think the NBA needs to make an adjustment on the way that they allow the fans onto the basketball court?
Well, I'm going to say this. I seen the interview, and what you probably didn't see, it was so much security over that area. They wasn't going to let Russ get to the fan, or the fan won't get to Russ. It definitely was picked up security-wise. So I'm going to say what I said last time. No, you have to let them be fans, because it's going to be a bad fan wherever you go. No matter what stadium you in, what arena you in, it's going to be a bad fan somewhere. You know. So I mean, but when you, like I said, when you sitting on those first 5 rows, you paying tens of thousands of dollars to talk what you want to talk. As a player, you gotta be better to ignore sometimes.
But see, I look at it as a integrity and a respect thing. Because it's like if somebody on the court, and you hoop, you know this, and somebody basically calls you an inappropriate racial name. Some people can probably hold it all in and try to hold it in. This is consistently happening to this man in the same city.
But that's what he says.
And now you're saying that's what he says. I'm looking at it from other NBA players who played there, giving out the same remarks. Remember up in with Randy Moss when he mooned the fans. He said, "Man, these fans up here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, do this consistently to us." Same thing with even another NBA player saying about Milwaukee, and Malcolm Brogdon saying, "Feel like the most segregated town he's ever been in is playing in Milwaukee." And I'm shocked to see all of this stuff happening in 2019 in certain areas, like we was talking about during break. You got to do something as an adjustment, and I don't care how much security you bring over, because the Malice in the Palace, you see how much security they had, and it still wound up getting down there and acting like that, because you can't. 25 guys can't control 25,000, just straight up. You just can't. So you gotta make some. I think you gotta make some kind of adjustment.
I don't think you. I'm kind of with Mike. I don't think you make any adjustments, because sometimes things happen and it make it seem like it's a major league issue. It gets addressed and then we forget about it. I think this is one of those things. But this kind of stuff has been happening for years. But social media brings it to the forefront. This isn't anything new. This isn't the first time. Man, what you think this guy's had to deal with years ago? Somebody calling them something racial. You don't think that happened years ago? Of course it did.
Well, if you look at some of those specials, some of them old specials, they will tell you, Utah fans are the worst.
I think one thing you have to look at, unless you're going to stop serving alcohol at games, there are always going to be bad fans. And when those bad fans get liquored up, you're always going to have people talking, right? Now, those $10,000 seats are a little bit different, because I don't think it gives you a free pass for me to be here and you to be 8 feet away from me and you to say whatever the hell you want to say to me. I don't think that's acceptable. It's not acceptable anywhere in the arena. But if you up in the nosebleeds, you're not in my face, in my grill. You can't control everybody, but you're not going to be courtside and be saying these things picked up by my microphones, insulting my players, because the NBA is run by the players. Their success is based off the players. If the players feel uncomfortable, when guys start picking up the ball in the middle of the action, going over to security like, yo, this dude right here is harassing me, that's what the NBA doesn't want, right? Then that's what I would do. If somebody, like, I'm stopping the play in the middle of the game, like, look, you see him right there in third row with the orange shirt, I'm not putting the ball back on the floor until y'all address this dude. Because this dude, I'll come to the security during the game. Look, between quarters, this guy's harassing me. I don't like it. Somebody talk to him.
Well, this is my thing. What I'm saying, why the NBA needs to address it, because you're saying they're paying their money to come watch you play. You're getting paid millions of dollars. But as soon as a player, and I'm just talking about Westbrook incident now, makes a comment back, because you can speak your mind and talk right back to him. The NBA turned around and fined that man $25,000 for running his mouth and talking back to a fan of the NBA. Is that fair to fine him for finally talking back and standing up because this guy's basically bashing him?
I think it is because you're not necessarily saying that, hey, Rush, you're wrong, but there is a stigma that comes with being a professional athlete, right? A professional athlete means that you handle things differently. That doesn't, it's not, so basically the message that the NBA is sending is, look, we got your back, players. We got security in the area where the incident is happening, and we're banning this dude for life. That's exactly what we would have wanted if it didn't play out this way. Mm-hmm. They should have banned that dude for life. Well, guess what? They did it. Mm-hmm. Give the NBA credit. But they also let Russell Westbrook and the rest of the league and the Players Association know, look, we ain't going to have y'all, going back and forth with the fans talking about we'll F you up, you and your wife, I'll F you up. That was totally unprofessional, and it was. Mm-hmm. So the definition of being a professional, no matter what your business is, you conduct yourself a certain way, especially when you're getting compensated a certain way. So it's your job as a franchise player not to be in the fans' face talking about, I'll F you up, I'll F you and your wife up. Now emotions take hold, and that's why he got fined $25,000. Okay, you slapped me on the wrist because you could have suspended me a couple games for my language. That's the way I look at it. So you can't set a precedent where it's cool to go back and forth with fans. Now, like I said when we watched the clip before the show, okay, how does Westbrook even get into a couple minutes long altercation with some fans and nobody on the coaching staff say, hey, big fella, look, get back on the bench? Now, how the hell does this not happen? Where the coaches? Where even the other players? Okay, with nobody, we just gonna sit here and watch him go back and forth with fans like it's cool.
Did you see Nene? How Nene was looking at him? He like, he was sitting there like, come on, man, like, I mean, they were smacking him. Let's talk about that. They were smacking him. So West was already iced up and everything. And my thing is, why? My thing as a star player, why are you at the end of the bench as my star player? And
see, and let's keep it real as well. Russell Westbrook is an emotional dude, right? And this is what the fan did was totally wrong. What he supposedly did is take on everything in audio, wasn't none on this one. But clearly, if he got banned for life, the NBA ain't just gonna ban you for life over some hearsay. They probably did their due diligence, right?
The fans snitched. Oh, it was him. He said that.
Right. So the NBA did their due diligence and they did what they were supposed to do with the fan. But let's not act like Russell Westbrook is not an emotional cat. This dude, I mean, if I say, he's just a dude that takes stuff personal. He thrives on emotion. He plays on emotion. That's just who he is. So this should have never been a situation where Russell Westbrook is going back and forth with a fan. I'll F you up and your wife. Now come on. Now see, that's the point where me as a fan, not this dude, but that's me. Okay, if something else happens, see, now we got a problem. That man to man. You say what you guys say. Look, now we got a problem, and that's why he got fined, because you can't have your franchise players, the guys that you invested the max contracts in, the $100 million in, and then they're gonna turn around and do this. You can't have
that. If
it
would have been Raymond Felton, we wouldn't have even been talking about no fine.
No, he'd have been suspended for the year.
Would have been no fine.
No, let's get him out there for a year.
Quick rapid fire right here. James Dolan, New York Knicks owner, bans a New York Knicks fan for basically saying he needs to sell the basketball team. What's your thoughts? Quick.
Somebody should have banned Nolan for life.
Mm-hmm. I'm going with Gene said, man. That's a bad move, man.
That's why the Knicks suck for years.
It messes up your fan base to me, man. If your fans see that your team is bad and been bad for years, and they get tired of it, somebody has to be blamed for it.
Worst owner in sports, James Dolan.
And Sterling was the worst owner in sports, and now you see. He basically tried to say the fan tried to ambush him.
Worst owner in sports, in my opinion.
But he's making money. Here's another quick rapid fire. LSU coach Will Wade got suspended for his connections in the FBI investigation into college basketball. Reportedly, he's on tape, basically saying to Javonte Smart that, yeah, yo, we're going to give you this money. We're going to give you this money. Quick, rapid fire.
Every school doing it.
I don't know who he didn't take care of, or like Mike said, like I don't know what paper he must have signed the wrong paper. You too loose. You on tape doing this. Let's not pretend like this doesn't happen all the time in D1, big time basketball, big time football. This happens all the time. So LSU just don't have the proper relationships in place. Period.
I'm just shocked that the head coach
But
of
then
the team is the one that was caught doing it.
we just got an assistant coach fired early this year for the same thing, right?
Right.
Then the assistant coach was just said, "Look, coach, I ain't doing this one. You gotta go talk to him."
Right.
No, I need my little penny. You gotta go talk to him this time.
It just don't make no
You
sense.
see
man.
what happened to yo down there? No, I'm not doing it this time.
See what he should have did is what the guy under Patino did. He should have just brought the recruits in, and when they got off the bus, just had the people.
He got game.
Just had them lined up.
He got game.
And then let him speak for himself. I mean, he took care of the fathers on the recruitment trip, everything. Like, it was insane. Like, should have followed that blueprint.
I just want a bag of unmarked ones on here and a trailer. And I'll sign my letter. That's
what's the blue chips?
I just want I want a bag of.
Get a bag of unmarked hundreds. Put them all over there. Put it in a nice one of them school bags. Give me my tractor trailer. And we good. We good for right there.
Man, they working for Nike over at LSU. Just had a Nike rep go and take care of that. Look, man, we gonna pay you.
Yeah.
We gonna just let Nike do it. I mean, the Adidas guys out there just doing it out there like, look, man, we gonna pay you. We gonna pay you. Don't worry about it. We not gonna get in trouble.
Yo, payola is the biggest fraud in college sports.
It's hilarious to me, man. It's hilarious. Now let me keep it on local, man. As you know, this is the championship week right now. State finals for basketball is coming here, and it starts on Thursday. And we got some local teams in there. For the boys side, we got Poly, #1 seed in 3A. We also have Lake Clifton. They're going down in the 1A. They have a chance. Delaney is in 4A.
They got a bunch of city views on that table. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, hey, that's what they supposed to do, you know. Perry Hawk's doing it too.
Until they escape the Poly.
Right. Delaney's in 4A. And we also have Patterson representing 2A for the boys. And then on the girls' side, not to discredit the ladies, they have Weston in 4A. They also have Poly in 3A. Now you get a girls and boys double state championship right there in basketball. Then you're looking at Pikesville, Coppin Academy in 1A. Not bad for city basketball right there, trying to go make a statement down in the States, man. And Thursday, the boys are going to be playing at the University of Maryland, and the girls will be playing at the CQ Arena at Towson University.
Yeah,
so if you got a chance to get out there on Thursday, go support these local schools. Doesn't matter if you didn't go to the school. Go support the schools, man. They need support the city, man. Support the city.
Support the city.
Yeah, man, it's important. I mean, especially for the Poly alone, because you know the kids are really doing their thing up there, boys and women's, and really to make up for some of the shortcomings of some of the alumni. Like, it's really important to go to the games and let the kids know that you appreciate them, because I know sometimes it's hard when you have to deal with some, you know, certain individuals. And it's just hard sometimes. So it's really all about the kids.
Listen.
It's really all about the kids.
We all know that the city alumni are a little upset because both the boys and the girls beat them en route to get into the 3A states. And this is what happens when you go to the best school, the school over West, and that's the Baltimore Polytechnic Institute. Well,
look. You can't get mad when we put education first. You know what I'm saying? We put education first at Baltimore City College High School.
DJ Rock Nice. DJ Rock Nice.
Anything to justify that ass with.
Kelvin K.
So you're dealing with people who don't value education.
Listen, man.
And that's what you get. That's what I gotta deal with.
Listen, we appreciate everybody.
Back City fam. No, y'all out there. God, that's all numbered in here.
We appreciate y'all for calling up tonight. We appreciate y'all for listening tonight. We appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight.
Yes,
for
sir.
Tell the Truth Sports Talk radio show. We will be back Thursday with an all-new edition of the show. My man Rock Nice doing big things over here on WMEG. We appreciate you for letting us in the building. Mike Dub, I think I'm gonna go hit to the soup kitchen, man.
Nah, you're not welcome.
Damn, hit me out. It's terrible, man, how you treat me.
They ain't
man.
welcome.
It's just terrible how you treat me, yo. I don't do anything.
Maybe James can talk for you, but you're not welcome from what I see.
Listen.
Nah, he seemed, like I said, he seems to have some type of soup kitchen tracker, where he know exactly what everybody else, got going on. But
I just want a little bit of chicken noodle soup, too. It's all good, y'all. See y'all later.
We out.
Peace.
Damn, Cleveland. Y'all done fucked up the whole free agent day. They didn't Cleveland they fucked the whole free agent day up. Like, alright, y'all signing all these people.
Thank y'all for listening tonight, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Later.